We're T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We have to go from ready to start. 2, 1, 0. Booster ignition and liftoff of Shuttle Endeavour with NASA's final space station crew compartment that brings a bay window view to our celestial backyard.
Houston, Endeavour, roll program.
Roger, roll, Endeavour.
This is Mission Control Houston. Endeavour's roll maneuver is complete. It is now in a heads-down position on track for its flight to the International Space Station.
Hello, you guys. I've totally landed on the moon. As you guys can see, look at that spaceship. Isn't that just awesome? We gotta find Squeak, you guys. Where is Squeak? We gotta find. We just totally landed on the moon. Logan Paul has made me totally rich in Pokemon cards. We went to the moon, you guys. We gotta find Squeak. We gotta find Squeak. Where is he? Squeak, is that you floating there? Is that you floating there, Squeak? Let's get you on here, Squeak. Let's get you on here.
Hello. Hello, fellow travelers.
Oh, it's like you're floating and then you're there on the screen. So
This
that's
is my spaceship. Isn't it great?
Exactly. Oh my God, I totally had fun with that, you guys. I totally had fun. And check this out. Check this out. There you go.
We're there. Oh, wait.
We're floating. Yeah, we're supposed to be landing on the moon, but we're there. Woo! Are you ready to meet the ambassador of the moon? Are you ready to meet the ambassador of the moon? Who?
I am.
Are you ready?
Oh. Whoa.
That's the ambassador of the moon for making everyone's Pokemon card collection. Woo! We went to the moon, you guys. We went to the moon. There you go. We're floating in space.
Now I'm just floating.
They're just floating.
Welcome, fellow travelers, to the moon.
Woo! Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt. It's funny because my mom was like, hey, my daughter does YouTube. She's like, I'm going to send this video to all of her clients. And check that out.
Yeah,
check that out. Oh, yeah. Check that out. Sorry, you guys. I really appreciate that. So welcome to the stream. Really, really excited for the stream. So it's a live Q&A. And thank you so much, Squeak, for joining our little...
Live? God, this is live?
Not at all. It's not live at all. It's not live at all. We're in the moon, so let's get this going. Let me go here. I always do exactly what I've been doing with others. A quick 60-minute, not 60-minute, 60-second, and it's always more than a minute. But you cheated. You got one of the questions shown. So I'm going to switch over to ya.
Real quick, is my audio good? Can everyone hear me? No loop?
Yeah, let him know. Let him know.
Okay. I've got the chat up, so the second somebody says yes, we're rolling. Just give me one yes. Hey, we got a thumbs up. Let's rock and roll.
All right. I thought it was funny the way that I went up from the table. It reminds me of the girl from what's that movie? From that scary movie, The Hair Down. the
Oh,
Grudge.
is the Grudge?
The Grudge, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm, oh my god, I'm Asian too, but hey, I have short hair, so all right, ready? Okay.
Yes, I'm ready. Wait, what are we doing? 60
We're
seconds.
playing
Just answer
60-second
questions.
questions. Fast. What got you into collecting Pokemon?
Mew Prime.
Nice. Favorite Pokemon after first gen?
Umbreon.
Perfect. Pick
Or
a
Cloudflare.
starter. Pick a starter.
Cyndaquil.
Perfect. Favorite Pokemon after first gen? I'm sorry, favorite first gen Pokemon. Oh my god, I got the question.
Jolteon.
Got it. Okay. Least favorite Pokemon.
Shoot. Blipbug. Yeah, he sucks.
Pokemon set. Okay, I totally mistyped that.
Favorite
Pokemon set. Yep.
Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow.
Favorite graded card.
Nintendo Ancient Mew.
Last Pokemon card you sent to grading.
Thousands, I don't even remember. A Trubbish. There's a Trubbish in there.
Someone actually did say that. And I was like, I don't like trash at all. I thought it was funny. How long have you been collecting?
I got back in almost 11 years ago.
Cool. And last Pokemon pack you opened.
Oh my god, that's not Vivid Voltage.
This question.
Yeah, Vivid Voltage.
They're pretty tough. But
that was pretty close to a minute. Yeah,
that's pretty good. With the questions that I messed up, I purposely mix it around because I was like, what if he watches the stream and he's gonna memorize all the questions?
All the questions, know them in order.
I was like, I messed myself up. So the spotlight's on you. Tell us about yourself really quickly. I have all the website, your YouTube, your website, and your Instagram. So a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Sean. A lot of people know me by Squeaks, and I own Squeaks Game World. I used to competitively play the game back from 2010-ish, 11 to 2015, and then I stopped and transitioned into actually starting the store and then running the business full time. I originally was, played Pokemon and collected everything growing up until about 2002-ish, right around Legendary Collection time. Which is funny that is now my favorite set because that's kind of when I left. But then I eventually found my way back in college. I just started researching, cards and everything like that. And I was like, man, I'm going to build a Mew Prime deck, like a Lost Guard deck. That sounds like a lot of fun. So I went to Target and bought a bunch of packs. And my first two I swear on my life, first two Triumphant packs I opened back-to-back Mew Primes. I was hooked ever since. So, and now I run a store and I do YouTube content on the market and financial side of the game to try to help bring people the most value possible for their dollar. And yeah, that's pretty much about me. And Jolteon's my favorite. Hello? Can you hear me? I don't even know the rest of the words of that song.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, there you go. I put myself on mute because I try to put the spotlight. But
oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I was just like, do I need to pull out a little Adele here?
No, it's funny. But I had a quick interview, not quick, but I had an interview with Pokemon Classic, and he asked me what's my least favorite, and I said Jolteon, and I think the chat grilled me for that for a little bit. So now I have.
Is it really?
It really is. It just was.
Oh, we're done. We're done. It was a great podcast.
Right, you guys. We went to the moon. We're gonna go back now. So, okay, least favorite Eevee then. Evolution then. Least favorite.
Young.
Okay.
Easy. That's not even a question.
That's easy. That's funny. All right, so I'm gonna hop back into. Let me go and There's the moon again, you guys.
We're
just
back.
to let you guys know. Let you know. And I'm gonna hop back. And my face is the moon. Look at that.
Just me and the moon.
The cat is hosting. Look at the cat. Oh look, hey, with the little headset, he's talking.
Yeah. The cat's hanging out on the moon, you know?
The cat's all right. I'm just having way too much fun, you guys. It's the weekend, so all right, I'm totally going to get to the questions. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm gonna try to be on top of the questions and just pull up, not pull up, but show up the questions on screen. Laugh aloud. This is amazing. Oh my God. So, okay, well, let me do a quick shout out to everyone real quick here. Okay. Hey, Robert. Hey, Swami. Hey, CJ. Hey, Master Blaster. Hey, Blue Boy. Hey, Mike. Hey, IH, right? Hopefully I said that right. And let's go. Hey, Peter. Highly Blast. Okay. So, as CJ once has said, you did a fantastic job breaking down the different pillars and how each of them support the hobby.
Thank you.
So,
That was today's video, was about the pillars of the hobby: the collector, the flipper, and the investor. So
correct. And why is it so important for them to stay balanced? So I watched that video really quickly. Unfortunately, you released it out today, and today was one of the busiest work day that I had. So I want your opinion. Do you think the pillar right now is, I could not finish it, but please just clarify for me. Do you think the pillar right now is a little bit uneven, where the collectors are holding back, the long-term investor are reserved right now because they're saying, hey, the market is way too high. I'm not buying in right now. Your thoughts on that, please?
yeah, so right now I think there's definitely an imbalance. Like it's not even close. Normally I think, like, kind of when I explained it in the video, that like the collector will opt out because of price memory and things like that. The investor will believe the gains have already been had, et cetera, et cetera. But right now I would argue that they're almost opting out of necessity, or just like that they don't even have a choice. I mean, we're kind of to that point now that what would have normally been that flipper pillar in a normal time that turns into that kind of scalper pillar once things get, as crazy as they are right now, is just so large compared to everything else that it almost kind of forces the other pillars' hands. And so the whole concept here is that Pokemon as a whole is kind of supported by the three base pillars: your collector, your flipper, and your investor. And all three are really necessary for the whole hobby to thrive and survive. And that eventually, though, market things can happen and shift to where one of those pillars will way outpace the other. And right now that's really concentrated in the flipper, which then eventually kind of turns more into that scalper type pillar because of the fact of product shortages and things like that. And so, yeah, right now I think that there's a really heavy imbalance. I think that the collector is suffering the most right now. I do think that there's still opportunity for investors out there. And therefore, if we had to like tier them out, your first place is your scalper tier right now. I mean, they're heavily winning the market. And then your investors are coming in second, followed by your third place, which would be the collector, who unfortunately is just, they're kind of getting shafted at just about every section in the market right now. I
absolutely agree, because I've been a collector for 20-something years, and I barely ever sell. I'm finally setting some cards to grading. But when I said I said about 8,000 cards to PSA. So the wave will eventually come back. What, 2 years? Maybe longer.
Maybe.
But
yeah.
But I said it in the last stream because I noticed there's a huge imbalance because the collectors, and I've been in the hobby, and when you're in the hobby for a while, like I know you know the cat's meow, and people in the hobby for a while, that I've noticed that, let me see. Am I freezing? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, it's just my computer. So I've noticed that the long-term collector, even the cat's meow, she's stepping back. And I noticed the people that have been, like David, Uncle Dave, like he completely stepped back and says, no, it's not right now. It's not the smart. And I think you're absolutely right, because they are hurting right now. But they also absolutely right with the pillar. You need the collectors. You need me to spend the money, right? You definitely need the buyers. And that's where we talked about this. And of course, it ties in with your Madonna's videos as well, because you definitely need the collectors and the younger generation to go in and start collecting Pokemon cards.
Yeah, and I think that, a video like I made today is always going to be a controversial one, because anytime, especially right now where the collector is hurting so much, anytime you show any sympathy to any sector of the market that is not the collector, you're automatically the bad guy, right? To saying that the market needs flippers, you're automatically the bad guy. Because right now, for a lot of people, flipper and scalper are synonymous. It's the same thing. They don't really distinguish between the two, even though there is a big differential. And so, you're automatically, I knew today's video would be controversial, but I think it's really necessary to break down the sections of the market so people can understand not only why the market works the way it does, but what it'll take for us to get back to a healthy market, right? And, we've kind of briefly discussed this, and I've discussed in my videos the idea of like a Pokemon crash, or that like it could happen. And the second you say that, everyone just assumes, well, Pokemon's not dying. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's like not what I mean by when I say a crash, right? Like housing crashed in '08, and housing is like one of the most thriving markets right now. And so what I mean by a crash is generally things are overinflated or overvalued and come way back down, but eventually they're going to hit some point where things balance out and almost like starts that road to recovery. And that's kind of where I'm trying to figure out is, how do we get there? How do we go from where we're at right now, where there are sections of the market where people aren't happy and they are struggling and they are trying to figure out, how can I get the cards I want in my collection or save money here and there because I feel like I'm, being under or overcut by somebody at every turn. How can we get back to that healthy point where, your investors are winning, your flippers are winning, and your collectors are winning? Because that has happened before. We've had that happy medium. I think 2019 is like a great picture of coming off that big 2016 burst. We had the major dip, and then things started to recover, and we kind of just hit that nice point. And now we're kind of getting back to that point because of supply shortages and graded card turnaround times and everything, where it is really getting in favor of the people that are only here to make money. They don't care whether the hobby survives or not. And that's where the collector then really feels punished, because here they've shown brand loyalty all this time, and everything the market is effectively doing is catering against them. And so my goal with representing what makes the market look successful, even though it may be a hard pill to swallow that, collectors need flippers for the market to survive, what can we then take from that to figure out what steps need to be made to get back to a normal?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the toughest part. And I think someone wrote a comment yesterday, we need to outsmart the scalpers and the flippers. But how do we do that? How do we know? And that's the question. And you said it in one of the videos. It's absolutely true. If you want the market to go down, you want the prices to drop, stop buying. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. People are going to want to buy Pokemon cards. But unless it just keeps going higher and higher, and I think people are just going to go, like myself, I've been venturing into other hobbies, but we'll go straight to the questions. So let's go. Pokemon Classic, I have to say, Squeak's most recent video on the 3 pillars of the hobby was the most recent, accurate, and authentic assessment of the Pokemon I've seen this year. Well done.
Well, thank you. Actually, can I touch on one of your points real quick?
Yeah.
So you mentioned, what I said in that video, essentially, like, if you want to beat the scalpers, stop buying, and then they won't, have anyone to sell to. And that point really got taken in the context of like me telling people the solution is not to buy. And unfortunately, like, that should never have to be the solution, right? Your only out should never be just find a new hobby or engage in a new hobby, right? And so like, that's where it's like, that's one of those things where effectively stating right now we're in such like a pickle that is the only solution, and that the only forces that can really make it to where that's not the only solution, are unfortunately a lot of these big companies at play, where it really, their incentive is to keep everything the way it's at right now. And so I think we're really going to see over the next like 6 months, year and a half, what Pokemon's long-term goals and their trajectory for the game is, in the sense that, are they going to take up the sports card model where, forever into perpetuity, everything's allocated, everything's difficult to get, and eventually we're just going to shift more towards that model? Or do they really want to cater to bringing in a younger demographic and making it accessible? And maybe we're not as at the highs that we are right now, but, that's okay. And that they'll start to shift and get more product out there and get, things back into the hands of the consumers that really built the brand to where it is. And I think we're going to see that play out over that time period. And once we do, I think that'll really give people a better picture on kind of where Pokemon stands on all this. Because we always hear Pokemon doesn't care about the secondary market. Pokemon doesn't care about any of that. And I mean, they are a business, so like I have to question that. But, I think we'll see where they stand on everything. Because right now, I mean, they're doing great. They're making a ton of money, and everything sells out instantly. But do they understand that there could be long-term repercussions from that while they may not even see it in like the midterm, it may just like kill off the younger generations coming into it, and therefore give them like, oh, this would only make our brand successful for 50 years, but we could take a little more of a hit in the immediate, and Pokemon goes on forever. And so the answer truly is not just quit buying. I think the answer is find things that you can find enjoyment in that are still accessible. Everyone gets so caught up in the new thing, the Shining Fates or the Battle Styles or whatever new thing is coming out, because that's what everyone's talking about. But there's so much in this hobby that is cheap, affordable, completely untapped. People aren't paying any attention to it, that you can still find a ton of enjoyment out of. And that to me is why I'm so excited about Pokemon Snap 2. Because Pokemon Snap 2 is going to be just like a game that we can all play and hang out and watch. And if you can't afford it, you can go watch, videos on the internet or whatever. And it's not all money, everything. And so that would be my big takeaway from that, is not quit buying Pokemon. It's over for you, but like try to find enjoyment in other areas that maybe just other people aren't looking. Because there's so many great things in this hobby that people are just really not focused on right now, because they're all focused on the, whatever the easiest thing is. Pikachu, Charizard, Shining Fates, and Battle Styles. Like if it's, and so I would look other places. Very
true. I definitely want to go back on that, but I don't want to also neglect the comment, but I definitely do have I want to go back on that, because I think with history, I think Pokemon does care about the consumer a lot, and just a couple of reprints and just going on. But we'll definitely want to touch on that. Let's go to the history. James wants to know, I'm thinking about grading my childhood sports cards. How do I maximize my submission to continue collecting, but also to enter the seller market? This one's all yours. I definitely don't know anything about sports cards. I know the Lakers won. That's it.
I'm very, rough when it comes to sports cards, but I will say that, even just like taking it like to a Pokemon sense or any card market, I think the idea is to have very clear expectations and definition of what you want to do. Why are you sending off what you're sending, right? Because the thing is, people have emotional attachment generally to the stuff that they send off, at least if they've never entered that seller's market before. And so maybe right now you're thinking, oh yeah, I'll sell these 3 things and that'll pay for my grading, and then I'll get to keep these other things until you get them back. And those 3 things were your best grades. So now you don't want to sell them, and you want to, and then you start getting wishy-washy. So I would come up with a definitive plan on exactly what you're grading, why you're grading it, how you plan to recoup your money out of that. And if there are things out of that that you want to keep, set those definitive boundaries from the start. Remove your emotion from it as much as possible. And, if that means writing it down so that you stick to it, do whatever you have to do, but so that when that submission finally does come back, that you stick to your plan. And I would try to account for whatever the market's going to do, right? No matter who you grade with right now, grading turnaround times are taking longer. And therefore, the market could look a lot different, 3, 6, 12 months from now from when you send it off, right? The reality is, Pokemon, as we make the joke, it could be on the moon by then and all the cards could go up. Sports cards, same way. They could be on the moon by then, or they could be in the toilet and not be worth nearly as much. So, I wouldn't say go put a bunch of grading card debt on like a credit card or something, because you have no guarantee those cards will be worth anything to recoup that money after. So that's why I say I would come up with a plan, and I would always build your plan around the worst case scenario. And that would be generally that everything is worth nothing by the time it comes back.
James, let me know if you want any more questions about the sport cards. I want to move on because I know nothing about sports cards. Absolutely nothing. I know nothing about sports either. And so, mouth drop. Hey, Jody, how are you? Plush view. Okay, that's a good question for you, especially with owning a online store. How can I get Shiny Fates right now?
So this one's tough, because this has been pretty much the question for the last 2 months, is how to get Shining Fates, because pre-orders sell out pretty much the second they go up. And, brick and mortar stores are doing their best to allocate to their regular customers and that kind of thing. But even that becomes difficult. A lot of it's really going to come down to how bad you want it. And I hate saying that, but the answer is either you're going to put in a lot of time searching for it, or you're going to save your time and pony up the money and, essentially buy it on the secondary market, because those are your 2 options right now. And it doesn't help that, for like us in the Midwest, all of our Shining Fate stuff got delayed just because of the blizzard. It's not that we're not getting it. It's just that FedEx and UPS aren't even running right now. So distributors can't ship this stuff out. And so the one thing I would say is, if you're calling up your local store, especially if you're in the Midwest or one of these, bigger hub cities near the Midwest, and they're telling you that they either haven't got it or have sold out yet, it's just possible that it may just be next week. I would be checking your box stores, your Targets, your Walmarts, and everywhere to see if, there's any of this additional get put out. Check in the toy section, not just the card aisle up front. Sometimes they put stuff back there. But the reality is right now, especially on wave 1, I mean, we're talking today is release day, it's going to be very difficult to find it. But there will be additional waves that come. We saw this play out with Champions Path. Champions Path Wave 1 came. Everyone freaked out about it. Prices went to the moon. But then we watched Wave 2 come and Wave 3 come and Wave 4 come. And eventually Champions Path started to fall off, interest wane, that kind of thing. And the reality is, with everything Pokemon's doing this year and pumping out, not just on the American market, but all across the world, Japan, Chinese is starting to get a lot of really cool, unique releases, things like that. That's going to pull people's interest all over the place, which means people's dedicated interest to one set is not going to last nearly as long as what it normally would with something like a Hidden Fates or something like that. You know, even Battle Styles is coming out in like a month from now. And so it's one of those situations where I would try to be patient. It may not always guarantee that you're going to find product, but the reality is you're looking at trying to find product on day one for like a set that people haven't been able to get product at all for a while. So obviously demand's going to be at probably its peak point for this set right now. I would just try to be patient. Again, no guarantee you'll be able to get it later, but I think your better odds are later.
Yeah, that's what I always preach, patience. So always be patient, especially I'm assuming if I mispronounce Plushy View wants to buy for MSRP. So be patient. And it's funny because my local comic book store is my local card shop. He said that he opened today at 11. And he usually goes to his store at 9 a.m. just to just basically shorts things around and just go there open. And he said there was people camping already. It was totally nuts. Camping for camp. I was like, wow. And he's told me that he ordered about 200 ETBs. He got 20. 20. Or was it 300? He got 20. So nuts.
Yeah, allocation percentages have been really rough on Shining Fates, and we're hoping more will come, you know, down the road. But it really depends what Pokemon's going to do.
Yeah, I love Squeaky Spider intro. I'm late. Yeah, that's how I got to the moon, you guys. I've been inspired. That's exactly why I did all of that. Drinking already? Yes.
Just a little bit, yeah. I am 100% sober, but I am not a financial advisor. This is all my opinion for educational and informational purposes only. Yeah, we probably should have put that up at the start. Disclaimer, warning.
This is the quality stream that I bring, that I teach to people that I drink.
Just a little bit, you know. Times are hard. We can't get Shining Fates anywhere. We have nothing else to do. So.
This is broadcast on my Facebook. Mom, what he means is that I drink water. That's what he means. What water.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have also been referring to this whole time. Water.
Water. That's what he meant. God.
Yeah.
There you go. This Esther. Sorry, you guys. We're just having fun. Okay. He said, good news. I'm getting my base set Pikachu. Should I buy a base set Mew promo for $9 on Amazon? Is it a reasonable price?
So reasonable is going to be how you define it. I'm never going to tell someone they should or shouldn't buy something for X amount of dollars. But what I would say is look up that same promo on, you know, TCG Player, Troll and Toad, you know, all of these different websites. See if you can find kind of what that average price is across the board. And then, you know, if it's within your budget, then, and that would make you happy to buy that card over something else that you could spend that money on, then yeah, absolutely go for it. I would just make sure that the price is in line with kind of what you could get it on one of these other websites. I assume when you say base set Mew promo, you're talking about Mew number 9 or Mew number 8. Probably number 8 for the price.
Yeah, I think so too.
The non-hollow, yeah.
See what's
9 is the hollow, and then 8 is the non-hollow.
Let me see. Oh, do you guys see the stream? Excellent. So here, base. Oh my god.
Yeah, I would type in 8 instead of 9 because 9 is going to give you the hollow. Yeah.
All right, totally mistyped that.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, see, their one sold for $2 with $4 shipping, so $6.15, and it's really just going to depend on kind of what's available on the market. But that promo is generally cheaper. $9 doesn't seem super off base to me. It seems kind of just whatever the market price is. I would just hunt around and see if you can find a deal, since there are a lot of those. You may have a chance, if you're just, again, a little bit patient, that you can find even maybe a better deal than 9. But if you're happy at 9 and it's a card you want in your collection, go for it.
Let's look for her in Burbank real quick. If you have Facebook, I would recommend joining Burbank. Just a little on the side, how I always look. I usually don't go to eBay right away. I go to Burbank and type in, if anything, you go to Burbank, join the group, ask a little question, Mew, base, see if anyone's, nothing. Okay, never mind, or Mew number 8. Just look about that, but I think $9 is actually not bad. Not bad at all. So, all right.
The one thing I would note about Burbank is I believe now your Facebook account has to be a year old to join the group.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So if I think I'm pretty sure that's how it is now. So if your account is not a year old, you can apply, but they'll make you wait till it's a year. So that might not be an option then. But again, all of these websites, Troll and Toad, TCG Player, eBay, Amazon, all of them will have those options. I would just try to find your cheapest option within your budget.
Yeah, I think Pokemon Worry, I don't think you have to be a year. I think Charlie took over Burbank, and I think he's doing an excellent job. So stop any huge decrease with the scam. So I really like that. So Jody says, I sold 50,000 of my Beanie Babies, TY. I don't know what that stands for. So I can buy what?
Can you buy one Evolutions box? Well, it depends. Woo! Did you have any of the blue elephant in there? If so, yes, you can buy a booster box. If not, no.
Look, he said JK.
My answer was serious.
JK. God. Every time someone does a troll question, I always have to do that, you guys. Mother, do I make you proud?
Where'd you get that picture of me that you just put on the screen? Look at that. You look just alike. Look at it.
Oh, my mom's probably watching. She's like, oh my God. Thanks. Oh, hey, Pat. How are you?
Hey, Pat.
I live streamed with Pat. I was on OBS, and I apologize for that. I learned. I went to StreamYard now, so thank you. I've learned.
We're all learning together. That's what it's about.
Trainer Evo. That's how I am. Completely cut back and investing with the prices going up. Pick up a set of everything on Shiny Fates, and that's it. That's what I tell people. Just wait it out. Be patient. And I really think the video you put out today, totally. It's basically the people that want to buy the cards, and people just it's impatient people that are buying it right now. And the average price for Hidden Fates per pack right now, I think it's $15. If I'm
something around that, yeah.
Congrats on the Pikachu. All right, Spider-Man. What do you think the better investment will be? Hidden Fates ETB or Shining Fates ETB? Oh, that's a good question.
So, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a licensed professional. This is not any kind of relationship. But my opinion, Hidden Fates, without a doubt, not even a question. It will absolutely, like, the reason it will be Hidden Fates is because the fact that we are still talking about Hidden Fates, and it's been like 2 years since that set released, tells you just how great that set was when it hit the market and how Pokemon had never done anything like that. And so the fact that it's still relevant today, not even just within the context of like comparing it to Shining Fates, but just in general, people are discussing it, tells you how strong that set is, which means it's going to be a great sector where if there ever is another big wave that, you know, elicits on nostalgia and brings people in and they want to relive the memories of when they were in, this is a point I think you're going to find a lot of people hone in on, because they're going to remember going out to their Walmarts and searching down a Hidden Fates ETB or that kind of thing and trying to crack it and rip that Charizard, or when the first Black Label Charizard came up and sold for $10,000 and blew everyone's minds. Like, that kind of thing hadn't happened yet. And so I think there's just a lot of nostalgia that will be driven from that set that will lead it forward.
And Tim Patton was the one that asked sold the Charizard, and he posted on Burbank right after. So you guys think the buyer didn't pay it? He put that picture. He sold it, and later on, I think he made another post. He said, "No, the buyer was very happy with the not regret that. He's very happy that he got the first
Mhm.
Black Label Charizard. And after that, people just kept hammering on. They're like, we need to get the Black Label. They just kept on going and going. But I think the second one sold for 5,000, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was around that
5,000.
4,300 or something. But they fell off a cliff. But then they came. I mean, they've recovered. Like, I don't know if they're quite 10K yet. I think there was one sale not that long ago on PWCC that hit 10K again. But I mean, the card has recovered, and I think that just is again a testament to the strength of Hidden Fates and kind of everything that surrounds it. So yeah, I like Hidden Fates. I think it has a lot more Gen 1 Pokemon in it, and so it plays off of that nostalgia as well. And so yeah, I just think it's a more well-rounded set as a whole.
Do they not care? We care. We absolutely care. But what are we caring about, guys? Plushie, what's going on?
I think maybe that might have been about our question about Pokemon in the supply or something. I don't know.
We'll see.
Give us clarification and then we'll answer.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. Lineups were crazy today. Could not get any shiny fates. I know you preach patient all the time. Will this set be available more soon? Will it be printed for a while? You know, that's a great question because I do want to ask two things. To answer this question, when do you think the second wave will be reprinted? And I heard from a little birdie, and again, this little birdie could be wrong because it's called forums, that there will be another wave of ETBs of Hidden Fates by end of February. That's what I heard. Please, I know you deal with distributors. I have not heard anything from my own distributors, but I'm very limited. Please let us know.
Hidden Fates I can knock out right away. So Hidden Fates, I haven't heard anything about another wave of ETBs, but there was a wave that just happened. It was like 2 weeks ago, maybe, because I just listed those up and they all sold out in minutes too. But I have not heard about another Hidden Fates ETB wave, but there was one that just happened. Walmart also restocked some, which is why we've started to see those ETB prices come down. They were floating right around 175, 200. Now you can find them more readily available in the 125 to 150 mark. And so how long that lasts, I don't really know. As for Shining Fates, that one's harder. So far what we're hearing is 4 waves for Shining Fates. So this was wave 1, and we got our full allocation numbers at the start, but it seems like they're going to split the remainder of that allocation from what we didn't get in wave 1 across 2, 3, and 4. Now, whether they add more additional supply onto that we can order above and beyond what we were told, we don't really know. This is kind of the problem with the way the distribution model works, is the stores are generally left in the dark until not a lot of notice beforehand. And a lot of times it's because the distributors are left in the dark until not a lot of notice beforehand, because Pokemon kind of has to wait until they find out, how much time can they get at the printers? How much can they get through? Were there any issues? That kind of thing. And then they kind of tell the distributors, this is what we've got for you. And then they tell the customer, so on and so forth. So we don't really know. And I know that's not the answer you want to hear, unfortunately, but we don't really know. We know that there will be more waves, so there will be more opportunity, but we don't know how much will come within those waves. So when I preach patience, yes, there is like the off chance this all could just go to the moon, never come back down, and you miss your opportunity on Shining Fates. But the reality is, wouldn't you rather you miss your opportunity on Shining Fates than to overspend on it, which will cause you to miss your opportunity on the next 3 sets because you blew all of your money on this, way more than what you wanted to spend. And then when the hype shifts to those things and people aren't nearly as interested in Shining Fates anymore, now you're sitting on your hands waiting because you spent all your money here instead of just like waiting for the next accessible thing. So I would rather be patient, right? We have an Eevee set coming up later this year. You think people are freaking out about Shining Fates? Like, this is the first time that all the EVs have been really encompassed in a set since Unseen Forces, right? Wasn't it Unseen Forces? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. That like you don't even know hype yet. Trust me. Evolutions are like only behind Charizard and Pikachu in this hobby, and so yeah, there's a lot of hype to come for the year. I think I would be patient, because if you don't get in on Shining Fates, there will be something else to get in on.
Absolutely. And it's funny because a lot of people message me after just these live streams, just message me from Facebook and Instagram. I'm terrible at Instagram, you guys. I tell you guys, if you guys want to contact me, Facebook. So they would message me and says, you know what? I was a person that spent $300 on a Hidden Fates ETB. And then it got reprinted and they say, oh my God, I saw on eBay or I saw on Verbank or Marketplace that it was going for, it went down to like 120. And they're like, oh my God. And I was just like, well, that's how they learn. Eventually, that's how they
Mhm.
learn. And I mean, I have felt that before, and that's why I always say just be patient.
Mhm.
And it's difficult, right? It's difficult when you join all these channels and they're opening packs here and there, and you're like, oh my god, and I want to jump in that ship too. But
So that's the idea of FOMO, which is the
yes,
fear of missing out,
yeah.
right? So everyone talks about, FOMO
Mhm,
and FOMOing in.
mhm,
So anytime you go to buy a product, say it's a
mhm,
Hidden Fates ETB at $300, ask
mhm,
yourself two questions. One, if I buy this at 300, will I be sad if it goes to 100?
mhm.
And then ask yourself, if I don't buy this at 300, will I be sad if it goes to 500? And then the answer is probably going to be yes for both, right? But the reality is, which one would make you sadder? I personally would I would be much sadder if I spent 300 on something that went to 100 and I realized the $200 loss than if I didn't buy something at 300 that went to 500 and I lost 200 in opportunity. Because one of those is actually losing money and the other one is just losing opportunity. But if you then just shift that money into something else, did you really lose opportunity? And the answer is probably no. And so for me, the answers always come down. But the reality is, for some people, they just want the product, they want the experience. And so to them, never getting that experience and having it just be completely out of reach is more of a detriment than the idea of having that experience when they could have had it cheaper. And so you just have to ask yourself those two questions and figure out which one would feel worse for you. And
Yeah,
once you know that, it becomes much easier to decide when to buy in and when not.
yeah. And then of course, it's everybody has their own financial,
Threshold.
like very
Yeah.
financial. Um, but that's every to each their own. And but a lot of I know just how people ask, okay, how do I get this? How do I get this fast? And exactly how you said, how much do you want to spend?
Yeah.
And the thing is that buyer's remorse is very, very, very real. And that's because I know I've talked to a lot of people and they're like, oh my God, I woke up and I spent this much on Pokemon cards. And what did I get out of it? Not much. So
Mhm.
as long as the thing is that the questions you said, exactly the two questions, and they're very good, and to each their own, especially to their own personal budget as well. And
Yeah.
So we'll go from there. And the next question, I do want to talk about this. I do have a question. I'm from Bermudas, and we don't have shiny. And we don't have not one shiny legends in store. And Vivid Voltage is $10 a pack. Brutal. Wow.
Yeah, so that's just a product of the times right now, unfortunately, because again, we're in this situation where there's no sealed product available. So now the second any sealed product comes up, everyone is clamoring to get their piece of the pie, which is obviously going to cause prices to go up. And this kind of, leads into the FOMO thing and everything like that. And the reality is, it kind of goes back to that question of how bad do you want it, right? You can spend hours and hours scouring websites and looking to try to find that deal, but you're trading your time for where you're saving money, right? And for a lot of people, they value their time more, so they spend more on the product. Unfortunately, there are just some people out there that they don't have that option because they don't have that money. And so to them, it's better to hunt for it because the time is there. The thing that you have to realize, though, with the hunt is you just may never find it. And so it is a trade-off. And this is kind of what I was talking about with the pillars and the balance, is that, right now, that collector market that just wants to open a pack to enjoy it. They don't care about the value. They don't care about the money. This is just right now, the way the market is shaping up is not in your favor. But the reality is, I don't think it'll always be that way. And this is kind of one of those things that we go through those ebb and flows, right? In 2016, we saw this with Evolutions for the first time ever during that holiday season.
Yeah.
I could not order, usually back in the day, you could call up a distributor, place your pre-order, you'd get your product in. And then if you just needed more 2 days later, you just call and they send you more. It wasn't like that. It was like a week that we had to wait. We never had to wait for anything. And that was like the first sign of it, because there was so much demand for it. It took Pokemon time to print more. Now we're just seeing that on like an exponential basis. But the reality is, I don't think it lasts forever. So again, you got to be patient, but that's just like one of those things. I know that doesn't really help your current situation. And that's where I just go back to try to find value in things that maybe not everyone is looking at right now.
And it's just not evolutions. There's right, and there's generations that came out, massive line for generations. The pack went up to $27, and they guess what they did? They just reprinted that. It just declined super fast. Evolution. What else was very popular? Flash Fires was a little popular, but then it died down fast. So it goes up, it goes down, goes up.
Generations is the best example that I use to try to get people to understand current day demand and market, because most people weren't around to live through a set that released the whole year. Like everyone at the start, nobody really knew what Generations was because they didn't really have it in Japan outside of like the PokeGal collection. And so that was one of those sets that I remember I went hard into it because I just thought just the experience of people getting to open a set that wasn't spoiled early by Japan was probably going to be lucrative. But most stores didn't. So by the time it came out and you couldn't find it anywhere, every store is calling up distributors, just trying to get as much of this set as possible. But the problem was, eventually Pokemon just opened the floodgates. They're like, oh yeah, you guys want 1,000 mythical boxes? Have 1,000 mythical boxes. Take them. And it was like right at Darkrai's release that the floodgates were just open. And the problem was it created this cycle of like high demand, low demand, because they opened the floodgates. So then nobody wanted it. So then Pokemon said, well, if nobody wants it, we're not going to print much. So then Manaphy and Shaman, they barely printed any. So then every store's like, well, now we got to buy more because you can't get any Manaphy and Shaman. And then they open the floodgates again. And like it went through this cycle where they could just like never get it right. But I remember getting to the end of 2016. And this is why, you know, shout out to Pat Flynn. He had just said hi to us. He did his Generations opening, and watching that was so much fun.
I loved it.
It was so fun. But the whole time I'm just sitting there thinking, nobody wanted this stuff for like 3 years. And so it's so crazy to watch the demand now because a lot of people in the market today never experienced this. But I remember at the end of 2016, people were so burnt out on Generations. They never wanted to see a Generations pack again. Never wanted to see a mythical collection again. I had thousands of those. Literally, I'm not kidding. Thousands of those stacked to the ceiling until this year when they finally started to go up. Because I was like, I'm not going to sell these at like $8 a piece. Like, that's crazy. And so... Yeah, Generations is like a great example of how like mass hysteria hype can take something, but then eventually it wanes. And I actually think we're going to see that with the jumbos. I think people are going to freak out about those jumbos right at the start. They're going to pay crazy premiums for them. And then we're going to see as they release all year, people are eventually just going to get bored. The hype won't be there. And I think we'll actually see those tail off. And then 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, when we have another boom, people will go crazy over it again. Like, I think we're going to see that same cycle again.
I was telling the viewers, I was the idiot that paid $27 a pack for Generations. That FOMO. And I don't know what the hell I pull. Sorry, bad word. And then 2 weeks, they reprinted that darn thing and it went down to $9. I was just like, oh, you kidding me? And then after like, I think a month or two, these right here were buy one, get one free at Target. And this was like 25% off. And I got this. And guess what? So I went to a local card shop. My local, they closed down. And the owner was like, I can't sell these Generation packs. I can't sell them for $2. He's like, I can't sell them. He's like, do you want to buy them for $2? So guess what I did?
Yes. I will take them all, please.
Hold on, let me spit it out. I am sitting. Oh, I have over 5.
And you're rich. Look at you now.
We're at the moon, you guys. I have 500 packs of Generations just sitting here, just in my little room. I told you, we're at the moon.
Just throws them. Look at that. Just casually throws like $10,000 in cards. It's just no big deal. But
told you. Moon.
And this is like, this is the crazy thing. This is why, like, I love how many people are getting into the financial. Woohoo! I love how many people are getting into the financial side of the market and looking at the trends and the patterns and everything like that. But one of the things that's so valuable is in a world where right now there's no way you can consume all the content on the internet. And I'm not just talking about me or PokeGal or any of these people that have been around for a long time, but sometimes just listening to the ear that's been, or to the mouth with your ear that's been around for a long time, that's seen these play out and how some of this stuff, because a lot of this stuff is cyclical, right? It happens the same way every like 4 or 5 years, that kind of thing. Sometimes there's just a lot of value in that if you weren't around then, you're not going to have that experience, right? I sat on 100 Shining Legends premium collections and everyone's like, how'd you know those were going to go up so high? Because I watched the Generations ones do the same thing. They tanked off the face of the earth. And then a year later, they were like $200 a piece. And nobody could find them anywhere. Like, how'd you know Shining Lugia and Shining Celebi were going to be so expensive? Because they were stuck in a $90 collection box that most people couldn't afford to buy. And so eventually those promos were going to go to the moon. Yeah, I remember when
sitting over like 400 packs of these. So
Shining Hoa was $2, Shining Lugia was $10, Celebi was $2, Volcanion was like $1. Like all of these cards that like we've literally watched this play out. I remember when XY126 Mew from the Generations Premium Collection, they were pre-ordering $9 a piece. I'm like, people have to buy an $80 box to get this card and nobody wants the packs inside. This card's gonna be insane. So I bought a bunch of them, I sat on them, and then I watched that wave just ride up. And like that's the kind of thing that sometimes just like getting everyone's perspective, because like I don't think you should just listen to old timers either, because they get like very set in their ways and don't, maybe they miss some of this new stuff, but getting a nice healthy balance of like the new like just entered the market perspective, but also like the people that have been tried and true and just seen these things kind of play out over the years. So, you know, put your glasses on, you know, everyone likes the glasses. Yeah. Put your glasses on, just watch. Yeah. So that's my little speech about Generations. I'm glad you brought that up. Generations is fascinating to me, just like how it's all played out. I told my wife we had thousands of boxes, and finally she's like, "Don't you just like want to unload those?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna wait because I think someday these are gonna have their day." I don't know if I even believe that. Like, I really don't. I'm not even convinced that I really believe that someday Generations is gonna have its day, because it was just like one of those things that every distributor just had pallets of this stuff left over and could not sell it.
Exactly. And that's what happened. That's why I've learned. I was like, and I had that feeling. I was like, $27. I was in it that paid $27. I went to a local card shop. The guy says, I can't sell them for $2. I can't. You want to buy them? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And all it took though was a new wave of demand of people that came in that had never experienced that. And they gobbled it all up. Right. And we've seen that with, I mean, everything. And so stuff today that everyone's like, oh, this stuff's not going to be worth anything because it's tons of it out there. That could be, right? If there's never another boom, it probably won't be worth anything. But if there's ever an uptick of people that re-enter the hobby 5-6 years from now that never experienced any of this, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go gobble everything up. And so it kind of, sealed products, like one of those things you're betting on Pokemon. Like if you're investing in sealed product, you're almost like you're investing in the future success of like, will Pokemon be a big thing or not?
Absolutely. And that's why I care so much about the community. And I preach about the same thing, because I do believe in Pokemon burnout. But we definitely got to go to the questions, because I know. I'm a rambler, so you can just cut me off at any time. Are you kidding me? I just talk. I ask Pokemon Classic of how much I can talk. Ask him. But we got to go. Okay, whoa, I'm totally way behind. I'm so sorry, you guys. Just definitely. Okay, so Caesar, do you think we should expect a flood of product due to stores overbidding on orders because they are expecting allocations? And that's a good question, definitely for you.
So this is actually a fantastic question. I've had this video like on my list to make for a long time. Maybe I'll just like cut this out and put it up. I don't know. But like this question's so good because we've also seen this happen before, right? That Generations reference I just made, we saw it play out a little bit, but we really saw it play out with Crimson Invasion. We went from Guardians Rising that had Tapu Lele, every deck needed it, everyone wanted that card, to Burning Shadows that had Rainbow Rare Charizard with 2 super competitive cards in Gardevoir and Golisopod, and everyone was buying those sets. And people were like anticipating that sets were going to be harder and harder to get, so people just went ham on the next set, which was Crimson Invasion. And so the next set that came out, Crimson Invasion, people went ham into it, and nobody wanted that set, right? And that wasn't even like an allocated set. And what happened was we watched this overflood of product that just stores could not sell. Nobody wanted it. Things didn't move. And so, yes, I actually think that there is this like delicate balance that stores are not playing right now, because right now they're almost playing this game where, well, I think I'm going to get allocated and I really want 100 boxes. So I'm going to order 1,000 boxes, assuming they allocate 10%. And there will just be a day where Pokemon's like 1,000 boxes. And the thing is with distributors, you don't like cut down orders. Like they have the expectation that you are not going to cut your order. And so for me, I always order within the reason of what I am willing to take, even if that means I get less. Because I think the other thing is like people believe distributors like allocate based on how much you try to order. And that's not how it works at all. Distributors allocate based on your rolling reserve generally across 6 months. So for example, if you order $10,000 worth of product over 6 months, and they say for every $1,000 you ordered, you get 1 ETB, you're going to get 10 ETBs. So it really doesn't matter how high you make your number. You can send in like a number of $1 million. That doesn't mean they're going to allocate you 10% of $1 million. So I think a lot of people do that, and then they're thinking that it's going to get them more when it doesn't. All it does is add this massive amount of risk of if Pokemon ever opens those floodgates, they are absolutely going to get hammered. So yes, that is a great question. And yes, I do think that there will eventually be a set that it does happen to. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
I'm definitely muted. I'm sorry about that. I took a drink of water, a drink of water, and I actually clicked on something. So it was a quote that I really like. I apologize for that, you guys, but
no, you're fine.
Thank you for that question. The Walmart workers took all the ETBs, V boxes, and tin today. I went to 9 store and that's terrible.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm really sorry. How do you even know? Were you stalking the Walmart workers? How did you even know?
Walmart workers running out with all the ETBs.
Yeah, how do you even know? What if they were delivering? Yeah, come on. Adam at Squeaks, what do you think Pokemon should do to fix their website on bots? Today's release was gone in a minute. That's true about the skateboard. I was banned from Pokemon Center.
Hey,
I think I was banned. I couldn't even load that.
Board. But yeah, so unfortunately, there's not a good answer to this. So this is kind of like everyone always is trying to think of like, well, how can we curb the scalper, right? How can we prevent the scalper from getting in on it? And the problem is this, like, scalpers are way more dedicated to this than what any average consumer is. Like, they eat, sleep, and breathe this kind of stuff. They'll map out like the shipping routes of carriers and like the back end web code on like when things go live. Like, the reality is you will never beat them. And like, I hate to like put it that bluntly, but like, you are not going to beat the scalper. All you do by having them put more things in place to limit how hard it is for them to get it is they will find a workaround. And then all it does is make it harder for you to compete with the scalper, because they're playing with computers and bots and you're playing with yourself. So the reality is like, they are going, like, all you do by implementing more stuff is make it more difficult on yourself. I do think that there are some neat ways that they could curb it, not necessarily with product releases, but like special delivery Charizard is the one everyone's worried about, is how are they going to release that card where it doesn't just turn into like Scalper Fiesta. I think the answer is just they don't tell anyone they release it. And every order placed between like X date and Y date, one was included. And by the time they start shipping out to people, that was it. The promotion's already over. And I think that's like the only way that you could like get that card in the hand of, you know, your true like collector fans, like people that are just casually ordering from the Pokemon Center because they like it. But for products, how can you beat the scalpers? I mean, you can't. Like, I hate to say it, but like, you can't. That is just the answer.
It's pretty tough. I went to my local Target back then, actually like not back then, like maybe 2 months ago. And I was like, what happens to the Pokemon? And they're like, well, there's people always camping out and they follow the distributor, or they follow the people that stock them around to get all the Pokemon cards and sports. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that. I was like, I absolutely cannot do that.
And so this is kind of that idea where like people are really mad at like brick and mortar stores right now because they're raising their prices and they're calling them scalpers. But the thing is, if they don't raise their prices, scalpers just come in and clean it out. And there's no like organized system way that you're going to be able to like vet your customers to figure out like what their intentions with your product are. And so most stores are trying to find this happy medium between like what's market value and what can I sell this for, to where the scalpers are deterred from buying it because there's not enough money to be made. And yet it's still good enough for my customers to buy it. And so that's like what a lot of these stores are trying to do. And yet they're still being labeled as like the scalpers, the evil, like flipper. And like the reality is like the store is in a no-win situation right now. Like every brick and mortar out there that's trying to sell this product is in a no-win situation, because if they sell it too low, all the scalpers get it and their customers aren't happy. If they sell it too high, their customers aren't happy and they're labeled as, you know, scalpers. And like, so the reality is like, they don't win regardless. And so I think the stores just have to do what's best for them. What I found for me is to try to find some happy medium between like eBay's market price and whatever eBay minus fees is, to, and maybe a little lower. Then it's not lucrative for the scalper because they have no margin to make, but it's still a better deal than what they could go anywhere else and get it. And then the customer's happy. I don't think there's a much better solution right now than that, other than Pokemon just printing more product.
That's true. Rado says, hi, Squeak.
Oh, hi, Rattle.
And Swami for both of us, most exciting card in Shiny Fates for Squeak and PokeGal. You definitely go first because
You go first.
I have a terrible answer for this one. Terrible answer. I don't even. Oh God.
Were you gonna say you don't know what's in Shining Fates?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. How did you
What?
know?
I do not know.
I'm telling you guys, I'm so behind. I'm still on Vivid Voltage. That's how behind I am. Okay.
Do you have a Shining Fates
Okay, wait.
behind you?
Champions Path. No, I bought some Champions Path.
Oh,
I do.
Dang, I was gonna say
No.
we should open one.
Well, that's maybe a little bit later. That's don't want to ruin the surprise.
Spoiler. Dang, look at me.
But
I'm ruining the production value. No,
that's a
okay. So my
surprise.
favorite card.
600 subscribers. I went out and bought some stuff.
Just
So
like Eevee. Eevee's on the box, and you can't be wrong.
I like Eevee. I'm
There
so
you
behind.
go. Yeah, because he evolves into Jolteon.
I'm so behind. So I tell everyone how I buy it. I wait till the next focus on the next set, and I go in, and there's this little time slot where it dips. Guess who goes in and buy it?
Yep.
That's I go in, I do the little claim sale. What I just go and I buy it. That's exactly how I wait. I'm still focused on Vivid Voltage, you guys. I still have not got my fat Pika yet.
Oh,
so
it's okay. Mine got like a 7, so
Aww.
Straight out of the pack. Feels bad, man. But my favorite card, Clobbopus. I think my favorite card, value-wise, Suicune Shiny. But I think Clobbopus is the coolest card in the set. Hold on.
Pull it out.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, you might be estimating how popular Pokemon is right now. It'll be months, if not years, before we start seeing full store shelves again. Pokemon catching up to demand is a slow process.
So it is, and I don't necessarily even disagree with you. I think I always hear all the time, I think you underestimate. I think people underestimate how much I think about this stuff. Like, I can assure you, if there is a variable, I have sat and mulled it over. I think, though, that a lot of people underestimate how much Pokemon likes the situation that they're in right now. The reality is, I don't know if they have the capacity to print more or not. Nobody really, unless you're like in Pokemon, knows this. But I do know that as a business, if you're putting product out and it's literally selling out in seconds, you are loving your life right now. And so I'm not convinced that you would ever want to do anything to jeopardize that cycle. And if you just see that you can keep that cycle going in perpetuity, you don't really have any incentive to change that. So you could be right. Maybe it will take a long time. And I do know that it takes time to print and things take time to process. But I also know that they've done emergency print waves of things before and managed to get product out very, very quickly when they needed to. So I'm not convinced that that's necessarily the whole story. And I think that kind of also shapes up in their little tweet of like, guys, we're trying to print more. We're not going to tell you anything we're printing, and we're not going to give you any dates, but we're trying. That to me screams PR move. I'm not really convinced that they're necessarily as upset about the whole situation as what they would like people to believe.
Okay, there's one question I do want to ask you. Just get it out the way. I've seen on just forums and sites that they're saying they're not reprinting Vivid Voltage. Can you please confirm, is that one of the set that they're going to reprint, or did you get another wave?
They haven't said anything, but we just had a wave of Vivid Voltage like a week ago. Like I got a bunch of cases. I know that there were some other stores in my Discord that got cases that literally just came back. I have Vivid Voltage in stock, you know, not trying to plug myself, but on the website right now because I just got it from distributors. So I don't know if they're printing more of that, but I know that Vivid Voltage is out there and accessible. And so if they reprint, like if they're like going to do a true reprint, like we're going to select these sets and print more than what we had planned, you have to think that all of the Sword and Shield block would be a no-brainer for them because eventually they would like competitive play to start back up, and you need what is currently in standard to be accessible.
True. Very true. So Jackie, I just want to show you, I use this website a lot. I'm sure you heard of Savard Zone Collectible, Angelique. So this is where I pre-ordered everything, and I really, really like the owner. I tell her I'm a seal collector, and she would perfectly wrap the box for me. So I will show you guys the screen real quick. So if you have Facebook, join Facebook, or I'm sorry, join this website. And let me go here. Show you guys. Where is it? So this is Safari Zone Collectible on Facebook, and they they're very fair. They don't go above MSRP, and so I really like that. And they're selling. So a lot of people post, so for example, in search of and sell by. I really like this group. So every time that there is a set, she would post, but they sell out fast. But I have my notification on. So let me see. Where are you, girl? Anyways, it's probably down there. And so they're just showing there you go. That's the admin. That's the owner of Safari Zone. Join that group. It's Safari Zone Collectible. They do the pre-orders. And yesterday they were having their pack opening for $5 a pack for shiny fates, I believe. And I thought that was really great. So this is where I do all my pre-ordering, besides my local card shop that I support. And I would highly, highly recommend you guys join. They do ask a couple questions to join, and then about like a day later, you guys can get in and start. So she usually posts, and not only that, they do. Okay, I'm going on a tangent again. Grading, so you can trade in your bulk for grading, right? So one card with subgrade for a CGC, it's $12. One card, I'm sorry, without subgrade, with subgrade 16. There you go. That's her just announcing where you can pre-order, the updates and everything. This is where I go and I pre-order. If you have any other recommendations, Sweek, let me know.
Right now, I don't know of anywhere to get shiny paint time, honestly. It's like that question is just like what I don't even want to touch because the answer is just nowhere. and like I feel bad just telling people over and over, like, you can't get it. I'm sorry. Like right now you're in the, but like if nowhere's pre-ordering it, your options are you either wait or you go on eBay and pay, way above. That's pretty much it for me.
I'm not sure what this question is. I'm going to direct this to you. Pizza Life.
Oh, I know what you're referring to.
Is there any story about those awesome gigantic play Pokemon banners? Oh,
yeah,
behind you. Behind you.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Can you full screen me? Do you have that ability?
I keep full screening myself.
There we go. So those
egotistic here.
So these are organized play banners, many of which were given to tournament organizers to host up at their events, whether they be regionals or even way back in the day states. Some of these are, really, really old, back when Pokemon used to go by Pokemon USA Inc. And different things like that. And for the longest time, they weren't allowed to sell them. They just, they were given to them by Pokemon to use at their events. Eventually that rule changed, especially as a lot of the TOs started to retire and didn't keep going. And so eventually I just knew a few TOs that I was close with. And as they kind of retired out of the game and didn't, want to keep their banners anymore, and Pokemon had lifted that rule, then they decided to sell them. And so I just, I purchased all of them. Some of those I actually do have up on the website for sale, but I do have some of them that I really like that I just kind of like keep as display as well. So that's pretty much the story behind them. Some are more rare than others, like this one. And then some were just kind of given out to like every league that ran like league cups or challenges and that kind of thing.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing me. Just to let you know, I've been collecting for 22 years. I don't even know how to play the card game. I don't.
Really? Oh, we gotta fix that.
I don't. And I don't. But you know what? No, the weird thing is, I know how to play the Dragon Ball Z card game, and I don't even collect Dragon Ball Z.
You gotta play Pokemon at least once, because that's another thing. People really sleep on the competitive side of the market, just influencing prices. And if you know how to play the game, there are times when like a set leaks, and you can see that there's going to be a card in there that's going to influence another card, and it's going to make that card like have price movement, that you can really capitalize on that stuff that I think a lot of people sleep on. The most recent ones, we saw Lusamine and Wally come off the ban list. Now, Lusamine had already gotten bought out in kind of that waifu buyout type thing, but Wally spiked up overnight. I mean, that card went from like $6 in a full art to like $30 overnight because it came off the ban list in competitive. So that's something that I implore everyone to learn the basics of the game and just kind of follow the competitive meta and the articles and stuff that come out, because just following that information can lead you to a lot of money, really.
So I'm sure you were there when the full art shamings from Roaring Sky was $250. I'm sure you remember that.
That was my first set, actually, Roaring Skies for the store.
And there was a massive buyout for that. Massive. Pokemon goes, no way. reprinted it literally almost overnight. It went down to $45, and now it's like what, $8 a card right now. Yeah. Nathan, where can I get a cute cat hoodie? Look, you guys saw this, right?
We both wore cat hoodies. This wasn't even planned. What are the odds?
Mine's listening to music and ignoring both of us. So
Mine is from Twitch. Back when I used to stream, these were the hoodies that our community could buy. These are not for sale anymore, but there may be Squeak Squad merch in the future. This hoodie actually says Squeak Squad on it. I think most people thought I just thought of that. This has been like, the Squeak Squads existed for a while. So there may be Squeak Squad stuff coming in the future.
I would like to purchase one. I love cats. And you guys, just really quickly, I am a huge volunteer for a cat rescue, Karma, up there, you guys. I don't care about any donations whatsoever. But if you guys, tax season's coming up. It's 501c deductible. Donate. Make sure it's the one in Mission Viejo, not the one in Canada. In the Mission. So okay, I'm gonna go back. Vodka. Now they're just trolling. Vodka.
No, it's water. Trust me. Trust me. You don't want to see me drink alcohol. It's a bad day.
To take a sip. I mean, this is not done this is done on purpose, so I can go out and do some things, like drink water.
Hey. And we're back.
So clear. What are you talking about? Vodka. Okay, Squeaks. Oh, hey, Nerdy. I've never heard of your channel, but I watched most of your recent video that you referenced. I think I'm all three of your pillars either way. No bueno for my wallet.
No, and that's like a great thing to recognize, though, is that has been one of the most commented things on that video, is how many people are like, man, I kind of think I'm all three of the pillars. Like after I broke them down and explained them. And I think the reality is most people are. I think most people will collect cards, but they'll also like buy some cards as an investment, or they'll flip some cards that they get extras of to buy others they want. And I think that's when the community can really start to accept each other and understand that all of these things are necessary, is when they kind of realize everyone kind of bridges those gaps. I think the only one that really is kind of that outlier is the scalper, which is just essentially a flipper, but that they don't care whether the hobby survives or dies, right? I think that's like the only difference. And once people kind of realize they bridge the gap across all of them, you start to accept other people within the hobby a lot more, which is really what it's all about.
Yeah.
But for your wallet, yeah, that is no bueno.
Like, no bueno. No bueno. Yeah, no bueno. But that's okay. It's it's really funny. But we talked about it. I interviewed Steph, who's a nerdy noob, and we talked about it. We had an excellent time. So this question's for Squeak. And hey, everyone, how many sealed delivered Pikachus do you have? He has one.
0.
That's not true. I thought you said you had some.
I have 5, but I opened them. So you said non-opened.
Oh, non-open.
Yeah. I graded all mine. And I think all of them got 9s.
Gotcha. I have nada. 0.
Do you have any open ones?
Oh, nothing. I have nothing.
Oh, you didn't even buy into the promotion at all?
They canceled my order. I wanted an ETB, you guys. I did not buy multiple. They canceled my order. They said, too late, we ran out. And I said, okay, that's fine. But I do think maybe this is just inner wishful thinking. They might reprint that. They might. I do. It's so popular. Why not?
Thought that too. It's one of those promos that if they don't ever reprint it, that thing is going to be insane in price. But I think because of that, it is a high candidate for them to just be like, let's just do another run of it. And so I'm hesitant. So what I'm going to do with my 5 is I'm going to sell 1 or 2 of them to pay for all the stuff I bought. Because I bought like holiday shirts and like all kinds of stuff. Like I went all out. And then I'm going to keep the others.
Yeah.
Friday night drinking? Yeah.
I'm not. Water. We are drinking water. Buddha's mark 150. what do you guys think will happen with the increase of the cards being graded? Hey, that's one of the questions that I wrote to you for there. And do you think the cards will hold the value of the increase when PSA finally catches up? I do have a question to follow up with that. This is definitely all yours because I have 8,000 and Catherine, the Cast Me Out, has 1,000 cards at PSA. And I think someone mentioned me that they invested over like 5,000 more cards of vintage at PSA. So let me know. Definitely interested in this. All yours.
Boy, you put me on the hot seat. No, so this one's tough because like you just named those numbers and those are a few individuals, right? I have, I think 4,000 cards at CGC. I know another person that has like 9,000 cards at CGC, you know, another that has a few thousand, like, and these are just a few individuals. How many big stores have tons, you know, etc. And this kind of goes into your question about the backlog. So I'll give you the summary version and then, you know, shameless plug. If you want to see a bigger breakdown on this specifically, I just did a video 2 days ago that really breaks down the backlog and why I actually don't think it matters. But the summary of that video is essentially everyone always talks about the backlog. What's going to happen when the backlog comes back? But the reality is the backlog is irrelevant until later. Because right now, all of these grading companies only can output so many cards a day. They can only put so many cards back into circulation. If they get 10,000 cards in a day, but they can only grade 1,000, the other 9,000 don't matter. It only matters how many cards they are injecting back into the market each day. So let's say all the grading companies together put 10,000 cards in the market each day, but the market can absorb 11,000. You still have a net deficiency of 1,000 cards, meaning everything that gets put into the market gets absorbed, whether that's because people are buying it to sell to other people or people are buying it because they want it. So the backlog is irrelevant because the market can't absorb everything getting put out. What happens is either they raise their capacity, which I think is very unlikely because it's in their best interest for them to not ever outpace demand because then cards are worth more, people want to keep sending in, et cetera, et cetera. So your only other option is demand wanes. That means people either lose interest or they quit buying graded cards or whatever. And if that demand ever wanes below the output threshold, so for example, say they output 10,000 cards and demand can only eat 9,000. Now you have a surplus of 1,000 cards a day. If you did that across the year, that's 356,000 cards. That crushes your market because now you have, you know, how many thousands of a lot of like these modern cards, for example, that are just on the market just in droves forever. And all of those people trying to recoup their investment start undercutting each other. So I don't think your backlog really matters until demand is less than the output, at which point then what that backlog tells you is how long is your market going to stay down, right? If the demand lowering crushes the market, you still have that backlog, you know, until it's caught up, right? And so eventually, because the market gets crushed, people will quit sending in all of this like crazy little stuff, right? They'll only send like the high-end vintage and things like that, but you still have to work your way through those tens to hundreds to million, you know, of thousands to millions of cards. And that will tell you how long the market will stay down. So to kind of, you know, answer your question as a whole, I don't think the backlog matters until you get to that point. Will they hold their value? It really depends what you're grading. I am a firm believer that we will have that era where things drop off a cliff and you're going to see a large surplus of tons of these cards hit the market that don't move, at which point, you know, only your strongest cards survive, you know, your really old vintage or things like that, or just your high-end modern stuff in grades that, you know, are really hard to get, black labels, perfect 10s, things like that. But it really depends on the card. But I am a firm believer that we are in for some kind of a downturn on the graded card market. I just don't think the backlog is what's going to be the cause of that. I think that just tells us how long it will last.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back. So just to let you guys know, with the 8,000 cards that I grade, that I sent to PSA grading, it's for my own personal collection. So I'm not selling any of that. Whoa, well, disclaimer, that's probably what they'll probably come back in 2 years, a year and a half. Who knows, you know, but I think I'm more financially stable now. I don't think I need to sell. This is, and I have a hoarding mentality here. The only time that hoarding ever pays off was just Pokemon stuff. So I'm very sentimental value. Just I don't think I'll be selling. Just let you guys know. So when my cards do come back, don't worry about that. The girl that's at 8,000, she's not selling. So, but other than that, but I think Catherine is selling. The Cat's Meowth is selling her collection. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, so with that, talking about that point, right? Of are you selling? Are you not selling what's coming back? Because that's the argument people will make. Well, not everyone sending cards off is selling them.
Exactly.
If we look at the market right now and how many cards are being bought each day, I think, and this is like something that's really hard to weigh out, but how many cards each day are being bought because people believe they can then sell those cards to somebody else for more money versus how many people are actually buying those cards because they want to own those cards. The same with grading, right? Look at when you see people saying like, this is what I'm sending off. If somebody sends off 10 shiny Charmanders from Hidden Fates, do they want to own 10 shiny Charmanders in their collection? Or are they sending 9 of those to sell and 1 of those to keep? And I think once you really start weighing that out, that's where you can see that, right now, maybe the demand can eat 11,000 cards and there's only 10,000 coming out each day. But are 9,000 of those 11,000 just cards that are supposed to turn over to another? How many end consumer hands are actually buying right now? And I think once you can kind of like try to narrow down to that question, you'll see how strong the market really is.
That's very true. I do have another question to ask you, but I want to go down because I definitely, one of the questions that Hisoka 107 wanted to ask you particularly, but we're going to go through the question back to PSA grading on mother, did I make you proud? My mom's probably watching right now and she's probably judging. So that's okay. That's okay. She understands the word vodka too. So no problem. No, she does. Yeah, it's my mom. It's my mom. Oh my Lord. Prices of PSA grade will drop as their 9 and 10 population grow. A trainer Evo. Okay, so growing up board. All right. I can't pronounce his name. Let me know. But do you think Amazon will fulfill all their 2-pack 10 orders in a couple of weeks? I ordered 1,000 of them. No. What are you going to do with 1,000? No, they're not. It's going to be canceled.
Yeah. They historically, Amazon cancels not only excessive orders, but just they have like X amount of orders that they fulfill. They'll fulfill up to that point, and then everything else just gets the cancellation message, and they'll be like, here's a $5 credit maybe or something like that. But yeah, maybe you get your 1,000. I don't know. It can happen. There was a year on Black Friday, they did $10 tins, and there was like a tin they had that was like $30 on Amazon. So I ordered 1,000 of them, and Target actually sent me them. So like maybe it happens, but I think it's unlikely. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I heard that GameStop started to cancel some orders for Shining Fates, and I also heard a GameStop were like, "Hey, you're still gonna get your order. It's just a second wave." And I'm pretty sure you saw that on Burbank. People were like complaining.
Actually, GameStop apparently is June now. It's not even going to be like second wave. They're like telling people June. Now, whether that ends up holding up or maybe they get some earlier or what, but this is what was starting to get reported, and Reddit was like confirming it and everything. A lot of people are being told June is when the GameStop pre-orders will be filled.
Yes, everyone, please smash the like button.
Yes, smash the like button.
You know what? I check this one out. We're gonna play around. Look at this.
Yeah, smash it.
Smash it. Or the dislike. I mean, it will not hurt my feelings, but
do something that helps the algorithm. Yeah.
My mom's like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm having so much fun. Let me see. All right, we'll go back to the comments. I'm totally behind. All right. Poke knowledge cards. Okay. Do you see the dump of PSA Skyreach card TCA put on eBay last week, beginning of this week? A lot of good deals there, went really cheap. I did not know that.
I did not see that.
Maybe we can look at that together. Do you want to look at that together?
Sure, yeah. I didn't see it, but the thing about TCA, Charizard Authority Rusty, he has got a lot of stuff. Like, he has been around forever. He's seen it all. He has the connections. Like, so when somebody considers this a dump, this could just be like a percentage sale of what he owns of Skyridge. Like, this to me, like to him, this probably didn't feel like a dump. My guess is generally when you see bigger sellers like that putting up a large position of something at one time, it's either because they're making a move into something else, or they feel like that has peaked, so they're taking some of their gains, etc., etc. Like, there's a lot of different reasons he could be doing this. I don't personally know. I didn't even know these were up, but Generally, that's kind of what I assume, is that maybe another opportunity came along that's going to be better than these ones for him, or he just feels like Skyrim just kind of hit its peak for the time period we're in, and maybe that's why. But he's very, very smart, very practical, so I can't imagine this is just him like dumping stuff to dump it. But yeah, look at that.
Look at it right now. I'll just let you guys know, I don't mean to be rude. I have my my laptop here, and this is the desktop that I stream with. So it's not I'm ignoring anyone, especially you, Squeak. It's just that I'm looking over here to.
No, I'm mad. You look at the camera.
So let me see.
Yeah. So to me, this just looks like a lot of cards that he listed. Maybe he sent off a full set, got back, because it looks like about one of each, and is now just listing the setup as they came back. Because these don't look like auctions to me. These look like buy it now listings. Maybe they are auctions, and this is just where they're bid, but they're all pretty rounded numbers. So I'm going to assume that these are buy it now, which just means that these are just him listing up cards. It looks like, yeah, buy it nows. So my guess is he just sent off a set that he had raw, finally got them all back, and is now just listing them up one by one. But this to me doesn't look like that he's dumping them.
Yeah.
Now, if he auctioned a bunch, can you click his sold listings?
Yeah, let's do that.
So this may be what you're referring to. So this, my guess is, if you keep scrolling just a little bit. So based on what I see here, outside of maybe that Jolteon and a few others, it looks like maybe he auctioned off some of the less lucrative ones, or the ones that haven't hit the market for a while. And that's why the others have been listed individually, at least to start, because some of those were weak, but some of those, I agree with you, are good deals. But man, that Umbreon is crazy. Holy cow. I did not realize this card was to nearly 10 grand.
Ooh.
Yowzers.
It's real quick. Oh, that's not good. Did you see that?
So the thing is, so I know we all used to assume like, oh, zero feedback, it's being shilled, it's not legit. But I've noticed lately, even on like buy it nows, I've had a lot of zero feedback and 1 feedback people buying cards. And I think that that's to be expected. We have a lot of new blood, new people entering the market. And a lot of these people maybe never shopped on eBay before, but this is just, a great place to buy cards. And so I wouldn't necessarily inherently jump to the conclusion that everything with a 0 feedback or 1 feedback bidder is being shill bid. I do think it's something to watch.
I do too.
It's one of those things that, if that card comes back up for sale again in a week, then we'll know, right? But if it doesn't, the reality is maybe it just sold for that price. Somebody new to eBay, but they just wanted it in their collection, and they haven't really bought on eBay before.
Do you lean on more of the side as this is probably shill bidding, or do you lean on, because I don't sell, so I wouldn't know much about, let me double check
in the past, historically, yes, because of the fact that most people actively engaged in the market during lower periods probably have some exposure to this. But I try to look for like the best in most people, and so I like to assume no, but there are just some times where prices hit such an unreasonable point that it, it's kind of safe to assume, right? Jungle Box on PWCC hits $1 million. It's safe to assume that those are not authentic, legitimate bids, like things like that. But in this instance of, that's a really popular card, Umbreon. It's one of the pinnacles of that set, and it's very difficult to grade to 10. Somebody paying $9,000, $10,000 for it in this market. Yeah, I mean, it can happen. I don't value it at that price, but somebody else might, right? There's a lot of cards selling right now. I don't value them at their prices, but that's just the market we're in. And so the market doesn't care what I think, right? And so if somebody's willing to pay that and they have 0 feedback, but they buy it, they buy it. So
that's true. When I take a look at Robert, biggest problem Shiny Face has is the ratio between baby shinies versus the rest of Shiny Vault and weaker Pokemon quality. I was on this live stream and someone opened 800 packs of Shiny Fates, and to get the 2, for a Shiny Charizard, it was a ratio of 1. But this is a small sample. This is just one stream, but it was 1 out of 410 packs to pull that.
So that doesn't really surprise me, because if we look at Hidden Fates, getting any one individual shiny GX at the time was like 1 in 300 and something or whatever. Like your odds of getting a shiny GX was like 1 in 10, 1 in 15, but there's like, there were like 30 of them. So to get any one particular one, your overall odds, yeah, they're going to be really high, and you may get lucky and get it earlier, or you may be unlucky and get it later. The thing that I think in your mention there that's the most important is the print quality, because we've actually noticed Vivid Voltage print quality seemed to really deteriorate. We even saw it a little bit with Burning Shadows on the regular Vs, where they all have the jagged edges. I mean, I've sent off a bunch of like V Mews and V Charizards that all are like 8, 5s, and 9s across the board. You know, I had hyper rares straight out of the pack from Vivid Voltage. And I'm talking like when I open, like I'm meticulous, you know, straight into penny sleeve, that kind of thing. Get 7s and 8s straight out of the pack. I mean, I can't remember a time in Pokemon that cards straight out of the pack were 7s and 8s until like EX Deoxys era with all the silvering and everything. And I also hear on the Magic side that they're having a lot of problems with that as well. Really poor print quality, thin card stock. Cards are coming out like Pringles, like out of the pack. Like the packs themselves sealed are like Pringling up. So to me, I think that's the bigger takeaway that could be an issue. And this could be one of the results of, you know, right now they can't get enough printed. So they're just printing out as fast as they can get it. Whatever quality comes out, that's what we're sending out. And that could be an issue going forward, especially on the graded side of the market.
Absolutely. I did notice that too. I did. I think we got to help Plushville a little bit here, because I think we did answer this question, but
eBay.
Yeah, eBay. That's
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that is your option right now. eBay.
Yeah, if it's MSRP, probably just try to your local Target, Walmart. Other than that, I would check out Safari Zone, maybe perhaps. But if you want it right now, tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, if you want it in the immediate, you have to be willing to pay the high market prices that they're set at.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, it's Nerby Noob, the Pack Battle Master. There you go. All right. This is here. When will they be printed again? So
not sure. Hopefully soon.
More ways. Okay. I will go through the questions. Definitely. Whoops, I definitely will throw my, but dang it. I saw you, Steph. I saw you, but you got good pulls, semi-good pulls. I saw you on the live stream. I saw you. You're asking me, how do I pay?
Okay, can I mention something about this? And this is not your nerdy noob, this is not your situation in particular. This just made me think of it, because you said, oh, but you got good pulls. I think a lot of times, like how I said earlier, like you should be asking these questions on, you know, is it worth it to you, and plan worst case scenario, which is like you get the bad pulls. If you go out and you spend a lot of money on a product that you feel maybe you shouldn't have spent, or you wish, you know, you wouldn't have, but then you rip open the Charizard or you get something good, that's what's called confirmation bias. That's what in the future will lead you to buying something else, because, well, last time I did it and I got Charizard, and then the next time you do it and you get absolutely nothing, and then you feel terrible about it. So every time you buy one of these products, you need to be weighing out, is it worth the money I'm spending versus if I put that in something else, could I get that happiness elsewhere, et cetera, et cetera. And not just with sealed product, but singles or anything. You know, a lot of people right now with their collections, they're hitting such high values that people are like, man, should I keep my collection right now? You know, like I have other goals in life too. You know, I want to buy a house and my collection is worth a house. Like, those kind of things. And so you have to weigh that out. But when it comes to packs in particular, don't justify your actions based on the end result, because the end result, other than maybe like you just feeling good that you open packs, the end result is just confirming your bias towards doing that move and could lead you wrong in the future. So each one should be a mutually exclusive thing, not based on past results.
Correct. But in other words, opening packs is just straight up gambling. And that's the same justification as you go, you know what? But I won $1,000 in crabs. I don't even know how to play craps, but that's the mindset. Yeah. That's exactly how it is. But quick story, you guys, 100% truth. Okay. So my mom, she had a coworker and she bought this, I think it was a $25 scratcher. And they were watching and she's just scratching, and like mom's ex-coworker now went nuts. She won $750,000 on a $25 scratcher, and she quit on the she did. She quit on the spot. She went, peace out, and told the boss, peace out. And she walked out. She was like, I'm never working again. Peace out. Well, guess
On
what?
750,000?
Yeah, peace out. My mom told me this, and I called her, and her name was Tina. I said, congratulations, Tina. She's like, oh, I'm never working again. Screw that. Anyways, on Facebook, she just said, guys, I'm working again. I thought it was so funny.
To say, I'm not sure I could quit on 750,000. The rate things are going, you won't even be able to buy an Evolutions box next week for 750,000. So I'm not quitting for that amount of money at all. But that is very cool. But again, now the mistake she would make is if she went out and bought a bunch more scratch off tickets because she bought 750,000.
She did. Now she's looking. Yes, she did. She went to my mom. She's like, peace out. Well, you know, she's like, I'm out of here. Bye, ladies. And I think it lasted for what, 4 years? 4 years,
something like that. I think it's called like there's like a reference to it. It's called like chasing the dragon or something. But like that idea that like you're always like chasing that one experience that you had that one time. That's what nostalgia is, right? You're chasing that emotion that you had like as a kid, opening packs and stuff like that. So yeah, be careful with it because it's like you said, it can feel just like gambling. So
and I asked Tina, did you buy a house? She's like, nah. What did you do? I went back to the casino. That's what she said. I was like, oh god. Yeah. Anyways, so no name here. Why not? What do you think? When do you think the market will go back to normal-ish? Well, it depends what is normal-ish, but I assume
2017, 18, 19. If I knew the answer to this question, I would be a very rich individual because this question's value, like people would pay a lot of money for it. The reality is no one knows. Anyone that tells you they know when the market's going to do what it does is lying to you because nobody knows. We can all make our predictions, put our tinfoil hats on, judge the variables, look at the data. But at the end of the day, no one is like trying to time the market is not something that you can do. That's why you have to weigh out things in the moment with the information you have and do the best you can at that time. If you're trying to time the highs and lows, you're going to get burnt every time. And so when will it go back to normal? I don't know. I know some of the factors that I think will lead it back to normal. And if I start to see those, like more product supply into the market, graded card turnaround times coming down, then I would start to think we're transitioning that way and would maybe, you know, start to try to diagram out when it could come. But nobody knows, like, okay, on February 43rd, there's not even 43 days in February. On March 19th, 2022 at 6:08 p.m. That's when it's happening. Like, nobody can do that kind of thing. So
that's true. Did you by chance see Rudy's, is it 14-month Pokemon?
Yeah, about the printers and everything. And so like that is a great example of like a variable that if that comes true and those printers and all of that, that could be something that starts to lead that forward on that path. And so that's something I would definitely be watching. You know, I would be watching all these grading companies in their turnaround times, right? PSA and BGS and CGC, they're all getting longer, but PSA just went private. So maybe they're going to start doing a lot of stuff different where they can get those turnaround times down. So I would keep an eye on those things moving forward, and that'll give you a better idea.
Yeah. But I do think, I don't think it's going to calm down anytime soon. I just don't see it. I don't, especially with what's going on right now. But my hope, and I do think probably maybe in 2 years, that's my honest opinion. That's my hope. Again, this is pure speculation. So
what I'm telling everyone is, I am a firm believer. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't think anyone does. Everyone has their guesses. 2 years, a year, Christmas, whatever. I think whatever the general consensus of the population is, you know, and let's say for this instance, it's 1 year. I think it's generally like half of that, right? Because if it's a year and most people are in agreement this last year, that means most people think it will dive off. So that's the market sentiment, is that we're going off a cliff, at which point your smart money will start to sell like 3-4 months prior to that, which is what will actually lead that snowball down. And so whatever time people generally think it is, it's usually like half that, because people will start that trend and that cycle moving forward well earlier than that. So if you come up with a time in your head, you're like, yeah, 6 months. I think it's got about 6 months. Cut it in half. That's usually as safe. And we saw this, right? Christmas. It was October. Things were like skyrocketing. First ed cards are in the moon. And everyone's like, oh yeah, we're making it through Christmas. People will probably sell off in January because tax rollover and everything. We didn't even make it through the end of November, right? And it was about half the time of what people thought. And so that's kind of what I base it on, is what's the bigger psychological thought. And it's usually going to be earlier than that.
Yeah. Nobody says, I hate missing out. You say FOMO, but also the gamble. That's a terrible addiction. It's just the gamble. That's a terrible, combination. FOMO, gambling.
preys on your emotions, right? It preys on like the emotion of like, I want to be a part of this and I love to open stuff. And like, yeah.
Exactly. And we're going to go into that because I talked a lot about this, about pack opening channels. And I firmly have said this, and that I think pack opening channels that are based on investment, saying you keep opening these packs, that's the best way to invest. I think that's a straight up scam. I'm sorry. Let's
talk about it. Let's talk about it because I know that you're passionate about this, and I think that we align on some parts of it and not others. And so I'm not going to mention like any breaker or anything like that, but just the thing as a whole is I'm like all for the idea of like selling something for whatever you want to sell it for. If somebody wants to take their Shiny Fates ETB and sell it for $500, that's their prerogative. Absolutely. As long as you're not forcing anyone to do it. The only thing I don't like, and like we can even tie in mystery boxes to this, because I'm not inherently against mystery boxes. I think mystery boxes are fine. I think bulk lots are fine. I think all that stuff's fine. I think the only time it's not fine is when you're disingenuous about what you're selling. If you market your bulk lot like it has 100 common and uncommons and it's going to have 10 hollows in it, and that's what you send out to them, that's what their expectation should be, is exactly what you listed. It's when you start playing these games of like, but you've got a 1 in 10 chance of getting a GX card, or you could get this one card that could make you a lot of money. Like, it's when you start adding in like these multiple layers to it of chance and gambling and things like that is when I start to have a problem with it, specifically because there's no regulation on that. There's no way you can ever guarantee that all of the ratios and cards you said would be in X amount of lots are in there. And so that's why, like, a lot of people are like, well, do you like the bulk lots on Amazon? You know, the ones that people sell common and uncommon bulk. Yeah. I'm fine with that. I think it's cheap. I think it makes it accessible for young people to get in the game. It's an easy gift, stuff like that. The things I have a problem with are like the mystery boxes that you see at Walmart. That's like, you've got a 1 in 10 chance at a vintage pack or whatever it is. Or like you could get a graded card, like things like that. Because it literally preys on just what we talked about, people's emotion of like wanting to get that good thing. And maybe they can't afford that good thing. So this gives them the belief they can get it. And maybe they can get it. But I just think that's like a really dangerous thing because there's no way to truly regulate. There's no system in place to regulate that those good things are in there at the ratio they said. So that's kind of like, for me, the line is drawn at like, are you marketing whatever you're selling, whether it be box breaks or mystery boxes or whatever, appropriately enough that the consumer understands exactly what they're getting for their dollar? And if the answer is yes, I think it's fine. If the answer is no, or there's some ambiguity there, then I think there's a problem.
So what do you think about what if they are not okay? Because I think with mystery boxes, I'm going to go stick with mystery boxes, but what if they're very subjective? So for example, I'm going to pull out a card. Okay, this is just a random card that I have. So
just a random shiny Charizard and a 9. No, not a big deal or anything.
Sorry, I just pulled it out. So let's just say with mystery boxes, and I'm going to pinpoint real quick because we're totally behind the comments. But let's just say if I'm saying, hey, you know what, Squeaks, I'm going to sell you a mystery box, $500. You know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This card is not worth $500. I'm totally messing around with you. Oh my god, I can't think of that example.
That card's worth a lot more than $500.
Okay, I'm going to sell you a card, a mystery box that's worth $50,000. Okay, that's $50,000. You're going to pay, and I'm going to guarantee you the mystery box. And I think with the culture with mystery boxes that I buy a mystery box, I'm going to get more than what I paid for. It's a mystery box, and that's how there's a lot of YouTube channels that do the mystery box opening, and they add up. And then when they add up, they're like, oh my god, I paid $100 for this mystery box, and I got a total of $20 or $50, and they'll be like, don't buy. That's scam. That's what they think. For your
theory, the $50,000 is just you pay $50,000, you don't know what's in it, right?
Correct. But again, what's behind the person with the seller? So I can value this card as $100,000. And I'm going to send you this with a mystery box because it's purely subjective. And that's where some of the mystery boxes, why people are not getting what they want, is because people out there, a lot of sellers out there, are selling mystery boxes or just whatever because they're thinking this card is worth $100,000. It's not worth $100,000. I'm just throwing it out as an example. They think it's worth $100,000, so they send it to you thinking, I just sent him something that's worth it. But again, this is based on whether the seller has the knowledge, has been in the Pokemon community for a while. Because I have bought some I think I did a giveaway with a mystery set yesterday or 2 days ago. I thought it was great. I loved it. I purely enjoyed it. I got what I paid for. But at the same time, I think you did a box or a mystery box where you gambled in it, and I think you lost money on that as well. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, there was like it was a binder, but yeah, it was essentially like a binder of cards. I could see like one page and ended up like being a bust. Yeah. And so for me, it comes down to how it's marketed. If they say this is a $50,000 mystery box, there's going to be $50,000 worth of value in here, right? Then I think the onus is on them to provide $50,000 in market value, and not in inflated market value or YouTuber market value, but actual $50,000 in tangible market value, right? But I think most of them, the way they're actually presented is, you know, let's take a $100 mystery box. $100 mystery box, and that's it. They don't tell you anything in it. It's just $100 mystery box. There, I think the fault actually falls on the consumer, because now they're placing the expectation that they're going to get $100 worth or more in there, and they were never promised that. They were never told that, right? And so I think it really comes down to the disclosure. And what I would implore someone to do is, if you see $100 mystery box and they don't tell you anything that's in there, but they don't promise you anything, I just wouldn't buy it, because like, just give me $100. I'll just send you some random stuff off my shelf. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that to me is crazy. But if they are promising you, like, here's $100 mystery box, you're going to get $100 in value. Yes, I think that it is their obligation to provide $100 in true value, because that's how they marketed it. And so I think it kind of comes back to what I was saying about, like, is there ambiguity involved, right? That's why I'm much more of a fan of, like, here's your $100 mystery box. You'll get 2 PSA cards. You'll get 1 booster pack. You'll get 1 whatever. And if they provide you that, even if it doesn't equal $100, but you knew going in, this is what you're going to get, you know, that's on the consumer then. So I think it really just comes down to how is it being represented? And if they're giving you enough information where you feel good about that purchase based on what they said, and you got exactly what they said you're going to get, then that's fine. But if they're not giving you enough information where you can't make that conclusion, now you're gambling, and you should probably just avoid it, because the reality is, you don't have any guarantee. And if you build it up in your head that you have some guaranteed expectation of value, and they don't tell you that there is that value in there, that's your own fault. And so for me, I think a lot of it just comes down to what information is being provided and how is it being presented. I think it's when people get disingenuous with it, like you said, when they say it's going to be worth X amount, but then they value the card at 3 times the value, like that kind of thing. I think that is disingenuous.
And I have seen that. I have seen that.
Yeah, and it absolutely happens. And I think that we see it a lot with YouTubers specifically, because they'll say, this is our $2,000 mystery box package, and today's video is sponsored by blah, blah, blah. And like, you know, all of these videos aren't even FTC compliant, because they don't put hashtag ad in the title, and they don't put that they got the boxes for free, and they don't do all of these things that are like really disingenuous to the consumer. But the reality is, you know, there are a lot of people out there that make YouTube mystery box openings that the store, when they send it to these people, recognize that they are sending it. So they will load them up knowing that other people are going to see that and then want to chase that same journey. You know, I think Pat Flynn did a box where he did not tell them that he was buying it for YouTube or whatever. And it ended up being a bust. And that was like that if you're a YouTuber out there, that's how you need to do it. Unless you're going to disclose, you know, according to like FTC regulations, that you are being effectively sponsored by these people or came into collaboration with them to market their mystery box, and you're not going to disclose that appropriately, then you should not be disclosing to them at all that you are going to be doing this mystery box video, because all that does is give them the incentive to pad it and inflate it and make it look way better than what it is. And all that does then is lead your loyal fans and consumers into getting hosed, and then they're going to feel salty towards you. So like, this is one I am passionate about, but I think it all comes down to what information is being presented in the disclosure of that information to where the expectation falls then.
And I also see a lot of, not a lot, maybe just some YouTubers who I think are just very inexperienced in the hobby. Yeah. So you could just go, there you go, I pulled out something that's that's worth less than like maybe $40. There you go. It's very cool, that shiny Charizard. But here, they can just sell you this mystery box and says, you know what, Squeak? This Spearow, Mint 9, Pop 1, Pop 2.
Pop 1.
Pop 2.
The only one ever graded, but Pop 1.
Pop 1, Pop 2. You know what? For $500, this is Pop 1, Pop 2. This card, undervalue. I'm giving you $500. This is it. And that's where it is. I think sometimes it's a little bit of both. They're just inexperienced. They don't know what it is about the card, and they really think that card is worth $500 or so, wherever they're selling.
Yeah.
Or some it's like, I just need to pump and dump this crap. Mystery box, here you go.
Yeah, and that's where it's wrong. If
There you
you're
go,
if,
you
if
know?
you're on the side, you're putting a price on something, and your price is wrong because you're inexperienced, then I think you should probably quit offering price guidelines on like what your mystery boxes are worth, because you clearly don't have that experience, and you should just like say this is a mystery box with a PSA graded card in it, or that kind of thing. Because the other thing is like, these are like quick cash grabs that like they can work, but all you're going to do is not only, you know, burn your customer, but you're going to burn your name in the process, and you're going to lose a lot more money long term, because people aren't going to want to come back and do business with you than if you treat your customers fairly and right throughout the process, even if maybe that means you're not giving them an appraisal on it, but just disclosing this is what it's going to be, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
You know?
And of course, the mystery box, they actually definitely prey on people's emotion, especially gambling.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where the selling point is. That's where it is. But
Just like booster packs.
Yeah, exactly. But again, that's preying on. But anyways, we're totally behind. We got Pokenomics and Jake in the house. Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm planning on selling my house to buy Pokemon cards. Should I do it now or wait after the Logan Paul opening?
Just
Hold on.
do it both. Sell it twice. Two different people.
Hold on. We have a guest here. We can answer. Mr. Logan. Paul. Yeah. Should Jake sell his house? Sell his collection.
No, he's selling his house. He wants to buy Pokemon cards.
No, selling his house to buy Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm an attorney too. I can't read. Okay. Mr. Logan Paul, we would like to seek your advice. We are currently on the moon. So we would like to seek Mr. Ambassador, please, advice.
Well, Jake, let me ask you this. Have you liquidated your 401k yet? Because that could be bad. No, I'm just kidding. Again, just a joke. This is a joke. Informational and educational purposes only. Merely my opinion. Do not liquidate your 401ks. Don't take on leverage or debt. And do not sell your homes for Pokemon cards.
Forget that roof over your head. Forget that all, you guys. We need stonks.
Talk everything.
Forget that. Roof on their head. Thank you, Mr. Logan Paul. I appreciate your answer, and I really look. Oh my God, he's wearing an alien hat too, and we're in space. What a coincidence! Oh my God, I'm having too much fun with this. All right, Jake. I know you were totally trolling with that comment, so I'm gonna move on. Swami, housing bubble and bubble, Pokemon bubble, same thing. Let's go. So look at this one. You also want to be a possible downtown. Pogs to the moon. Did you ever collect Pogs at all?
I did have Pogs. Pogs remind me of Pops today. Like Pops are the modern like version of Pogs, I think. There's just like a Pop for everything. There was a Pog for everything.
I was poor. I collected marbles. Forget Pogs. I collected marbles. When I first came to this country, I collected marbles. So, and I... Yeah, they were at the, was it at the 99-cent store when I was here? I don't know where I bought them, but I collected marbles. Waste of time, all that driving. Pogs are the best. Tough questions, tough answer. Look at this. I still have 10 Pogs from when I was a kid.
You're rich. Cash out now. The market's hot.
All right, I'm going to scroll down to the comments, you guys. I think we are caught up in the comments. Are we caught in the comments? Because if we are not, tell me about it, because I am very slow with the comments. Oh, no, it's just me. I'm so slow, you guys. I just totally skip everything. Feel free to bug me if I skip the comments, because I stink at scrolling down the comments, and I think I'm totally behind you guys. Okay. Oh, my Lord.
Someone said you're not even close to caught up in the comments. Yeah, I'm scrolling through. We are not.
I'm slow. If you guys have any questions, please repost them again. I'm slow. I am completely slow. Hey, Crystal. Okay. All right. What is this? Squeak Pack Battle Me to the moon.
If I could find any sealed product, I would pack battle you, but that's the problem.
You own a store. Come here. Come out here. Come on. Look.
I have a loose pack. Do you have a loose booster pack? I'll pack battle you. I think I have Unbroken Bonds and Rebel Clash. Those are my options.
Oh my god, I have everything sealed.
It's okay. You don't feel obligated to open anything. We'll pack battle someday. If you guys want me back, tell her to bring me back and we'll pack battle.
Ooh. Can I sell you a Hidden Fates ETB for 150K?
If you'll buy mine for 100K first.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let me think about this, okay? That's a tough question here. This is the toughest question I've ever had to ask. Besides, when are you going to get married? Okay, that's a different type of question. But this one's a hard question too. This is a tough question. I can't handle. I can't
handle that one.
I can't handle that. We need to hit the casino for one time. Oh yeah, you come to.
Let's go. No, I can't. I can't go to the casino. I like it too much, dude. Everyone's like, "Oh, what do you play? Like, what card games?" I play the slots, the flashy lights, the handle pulls. That's fun, dude.
I keep pressing the buttons. Hey, you know what? One time I won $500 and I didn't even know it. I thought they were taking out $500, but they were actually putting in. Yeah, I just got bored because I think one time, I've been gambling a long time with the slots. I go to gamble to lose because I like flashy lights and all that good stuff. But
that's how I am. Free drinks, you take in whatever money you're taking in, that's it, and you expect to lose it all. That's my plan.
Free drinks? I don't even get free drinks. I sit in the penny slots, you guys. They'll be like, that girl's in the penny slots. She ain't gonna get.
No, you go. No. You go to the high roller area and fake it till they bring you the free drinks. Then you go and take your free drink to the penny slots. That's the big brain play.
So I've said the penny slots. I told you the waitress or the waiter. They're like, man, I think I ain't gonna tip me. The $10 whiskey ain't worth it, and she's gonna walk past. Okay, I'm totally done the comments, you guys. I'm gonna go pass. All right, let me see. The people need to speak up about that at Pokemon Classic. Taxes should be like 10 or 25%, not freaky 60% more than half. Are you kidding me? Wow. Talking about taxes. I live in California. Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of people are leaving your state because of that. A lot of high-profile celebrities.
Oh yeah, Joe Rogan. Who else?
Stephen Graham just left. I think isn't Logan Paul just stated he's leaving?
Yeah. Who else is leaving? Okay, I don't remember. That's a really, really popular conservative talk show host went on like a YouTube rant of why he's leaving. I totally forgot his name, but Squeaks. There you go. I found some of the questions. What are you most excited most in the Pokemon Snap? Do you have any Pokemon Snap contest card? Oh, that's a really great question. I wish I have some of that.
I do not have any of them. I actually had a chance to buy one and didn't. They're just like out of the range of what I value them at. So I'm also a video game collector. I love great video games. I don't even have my Snap behind me. I do have a Stadium 2 behind me. I do have a Stadium 2 graded behind me, but I'm a video game collector. So like for me, I would much rather just go buy like a really nice copy of Snap than I would to buy a Snap card. That being said, I'd love to see them do the promotion again or something to integrate that with the game. I don't think they will, especially with COVID and everything going on, but I think it'd be cool. That being said, the thing I'm most excited for with Snap is just for something Pokemon related this year that's coming out that almost everyone can partake in, regardless of money, whether if you can't afford a Switch in the game, you can still watch the videos online or watch your favorite streamer or whatever. It's just going to be something fun Pokemon related that everyone can be a part of, regardless of supply issues and costs and all of that. It's just going to be a fun time in Pokemon. And I think that's really when the 25th anniversary is going to feel like the 25th anniversary, because it's not going to feel like a hassle to have fun. So that's what I'm most excited for with it.
I just let you guys know, just whoever doesn't know about Pokemon Snap, I pull up some of the cards and there you go. So
which one's your favorite?
Oh my goodness.
You can see all 10 right to the left of the Charmander right there. Yeah, those are
I've always wanted to buy the Pikachu one, but
so Pikachu and Magikarp have never surfaced.
Really?
Yep, we only have images. So as far as I'm aware, those
Mhm.
two have never actually been for sale on the secondary market.
Wow.
So yeah, I think a lot of people would love to see that Pikachu pop up.
There you go. We're back, you guys. Sorry about that. Just definitely want to show the screen
My
for you
favorite's
guys.
coughing, by the way. If anyone has a coughing snap card and wants to hit me up, that's my favorite one.
Well, did you guys hear that? Hard bargain. I want to be winners. There you go. There's just talk about the lottery. Oh my god, I'm totally behind on the comments. I'm so sorry, you guys. Squeaks, what have you learned this past year from podcasting?
Man, that preparation goes a long way. So I used to stream on Twitch, and I've done YouTube on and off for years. I've just never like really put like a really concentrated effort into like video every day, gonna do this hardcore, gonna do it the right way. So for me, the biggest thing is like Twitch, you just turn on your stream and you go. You play your game that day. Kind of everything that's going to happen in that stream is kind of dictated by like who's in your chat that day and what people are chatting about and that kind of thing. Whereas like YouTube and your success on YouTube is very, very structured. There's like a lot behind the scenes that people don't realize. Even like with just like the podcast between Radar and I, you know, not even just the solo videos, but, you know, in terms of like, planning what are we going to talk about that day, which order should we talk about it in, because the reality is, you know, X amount of your viewers are only going to stay for the first, you know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So if your title is like Logan Paul box break just announced, but we don't talk about that until 30 minutes in, people are going to click out because they're not hearing what they want right away. And so things like that, where, you know, I never really, until I've really deep dove into this and decided I'm going to try to do this the right way and really grow my channel and really learn the algorithm and see what other people are doing right and that kind of thing. I never really understood how much structure it could really take to just even make like a 10-minute video successful. And that, and then the combination of networking, just the value of, you know, going on, you know, podcasts with other people and just connecting with people. And, you know, something that Pat Flynn has really taught me is the idea of bringing other people value first. And not just in terms of who you're networking with and bringing them value so that they give you some payback down the line, because you should always have the expectation that they're never going to give you anything, but you just do it because it's the right thing to do, but also to your viewer, right? How am I bringing my viewer value to where they want to support me by hitting the like button or leaving a comment or just coming back and watching my video the next day, and really deciding, you know, that I want to put out quality content that my viewer feels like it was worth their time, right? So I always ask myself, every time I finish compressing a video or whatever you call it, exporting a video, I always watch it once. And the reason I watch it once is I watch it and I ask myself, would I have watched that content if I wasn't the one making it? And if my answer is no, I just delete it and I go make something else. And that's why, like, there will be some days, like, I try to do a video every day, but 2 days ago I didn't have a video, because I finished my video and I watched it and I said, I wouldn't watch that. That was not good. So I just deleted it. And that day we didn't have a video, because the reality is I would rather not waste someone's time watching something that I don't feel is quality content than to put up something just to get those views that day. That way they can use that time on somebody else that made a video that day that's worthy of their attention. So I think those are the biggest things that I've really learned so far.
That's such a great answer. I definitely going to take that into consideration, because I just been doing this podcast for fun. I'm at home and I'm just doing quarantine.
And it can be fun, right? It can all be fun, but like you can still bring value, right? And like you're doing a great job of that. Like you're bringing people the entertainment value. You're finding the, you know, guests to bring in. Like, absolutely.
Thank you very much. But anyways, I just started this channel because I just saw a lot of YouTube channels out there that just very misguided, and the Pokemon community, and I preach on when I had the interview with Jake, is you got to help educate your new collectors. That's the thing. You need people in this hobby to maintain the value of it. And that's exactly what, that's a different moral ethic. And that's when you talk about the Madonna's promo. But we're going to go to the chat, you guys. The fact that they call it the new Pokemon Snap, it's like, what on earth are they going to call the third release? Are they planning on this being the final? Weird name, just
newest Pokemon Snap. That's the next one. And then the next one's going to be newer than the last one.
More money needs to go to education.
My sister's a teacher and I agree and support that message.
It's great, but watching his Pokemon is really boring to me. So what limits that? Watch him heavily.
Everyone's different, you know. Everyone has the things they like and don't like. It's lucky for you. There's like 500 billion minutes of content on YouTube, so I'm sure you'll find something that you enjoy.
Junaro says, "I'll buy more Lotto then."
I know, yeah, I know.
And then if you win it,
jonesing for
I
a
am
lottery
single.
ticket.
Yes, if you win it, whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Let me take that back. If you win the lottery for more than $10 million, I am single, ready to mingle. Just to let you know. And no prenup. No prenup. No prenup. I'm an attorney. I know what's in that prenup. Nope. It has to be more than $10 million, Serrato. I don't care what you look like. I'm just kidding, you guys.
All right. Let's unpack that, everybody.
Right
you know the line $10 million. And
Hi.
no other quality matters.
I bring this Pokemon collection to the marriage as well. Come on here, guys.
Gerardo, you didn't know, but you just scratched the lottery ticket for $10 million and a wife. This is legally binding, and there's no out. So congratulations.
Hold on here. You're speaking with an attorney here. What, legally buying? I'm just kidding.
This is in your favor. You want it to be legally binding. He's up to you now, $10 million.
$10 million. So, anyways, we're gonna do the chat. I'm just
post taxes.
Yeah, it's the water, you guys. It's the water that got me all hyped up. It's the water. Depending on the solution, self-run Pokemon can be 32% federal tax, 10% state tax. Oh my god. Okay. No problem. I don't disagree with the amount. That's pretty ridiculous, but it's kind of common. Okay, they're still talking about taxes. Tokenomics. Can I buy the house? Did you win the lottery to buy the house first? You got to win the lottery to buy the house. Come on here.
She wants to help you pick out her future home.
Oh my god! So I started this little troll because I don't know what in the world in the past 22 years I've collected. I've hoarded over 2,000 first edition Bellsprouts, and it's in the closet somewhere in the storage. I don't know how in the world, and I think I was trolling one of the Pokemon forum, and I posted it when I was in storage. I wrote, "Am I rich yet, you guys?" Yeah. I think it was super trolling me on that. I was like, I called for it. I mean, I did that because I'm an attention-seeking person right there. I thought it was so funny.
Imagine if you would have picked Eevee over Bellsprout. In the last 6 months, what would have happened to your life? You wouldn't need Gerardo's 10 million. You have 10 million in Eevee.
I don't even know how I hoarded over 2,000 first edition Bellsprout. You know, and I was just joking around. I said, "You guys go do that buyout, buy all the first edition Bellsprout, and just hype it up. I can be so rich, you guys, if first edition Bellsprout."
That's so how you have to start marketing yourself.
Exactly. I should be wearing
biggest Bellsprout collector. Cannot be touched.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know how I did it. Why Bellsprouts? I just thought of myself. I just
yes, the Pokemon Company does do mystery boxes. It's called booster packs.
Mass, why does CGC have grade itself off-centered?
So what he's talking about is okay,
let me full screen. Hold on. There you go.
So if you take a card, what he's referring over here. What he's referring to is this grade sometimes is not centered within the box. So the reason that is because this label is actually created earlier than what the text is put on it because of the security features are like baked into the label and the case and everything. And so they go back and print this later. So the same reason that your Pokemon cards are not always centered on the card is because they feed these sheets in, they print the stuff on them. You would be doing alignment literally all the time to always nail it. And I think for the most part, they've gotten much better at it, but there's always going to be that one time or something that something comes out, whopper, draw it, or whatever. We see it on all the labels for all of the companies. It does happen. But the reality is that's why. It's for the same reason that sometimes your Pokemon cards come out of the pack completely off center. So it's one of those things, take it or leave it. I don't really care about the label aesthetic personally. I just want to make sure that my card's graded accurately and then I see it sometime in my lifetime. So
Gotcha. So let me ask you, this is a personal question. It's going to be a hit and run answer. Which slab do you like the most? Beckett, GMA. I'll even throw in GMA. Why not? Beckett, GMA, CGC, PSA. More aesthetically pleasing to you.
Aesthetically pleasing is CGC. I don't think they have the best label, but I do think they have the best case.
show
And
the case again. Show the case again.
yeah. So the case, the thing that's unique about the case is that it's clear. So you actually see the full edges of the card. The case has less card shake within the case. And so you overall just see more. They also are able to put a lot more data on the label. Again, I know that there's a lot of contention on whether you like the label or not. But for me, the reality is at the end of the day, I'm not paying for a label. I'm paying to make sure that my card is, one, protected, and two, that it's assessed appropriately for the grade. And so that's my biggest concern. The label is like something you can always change or mend or make different over time. But the reality is, if my case is flimsy and breaks, or something happens to the card, or I can't see why my card has damage, then I can't appropriately assess the card, right? If I'm buying a card online and I can't even see the edges of the card, how am I supposed to know if the card, is damaged or not damaged? That kind of thing. So I like that their cases provide you the most visibility to the card, because that's why we grade, is for the card. So
Gotcha.
That being said, I think all of them have their own merits. I like the sturdiness of Beckett cases. I just don't like how big they are and how sharp the corners are, right? I think like all of these things, I think PSA has like the most fleshed out label, but that thing has went through like 4 iterations, in the last 5 or 6 years. So I think it's just one of those things that CGC hasn't even been on the scene for graded cards for a year. And I think it's one of those things that people don't like change. They don't like new things. And so I think it's just one of those things that you have to give it time. And that kind of thing. But I think all grading companies have their merits in their own areas. I'm not really a huge fan of the like fanboy wars over grading companies. I think that's all kind of silly to me, but it is what it is. Actually, I think the best grading company cases is WADA. I think every trading card grading company could learn a lot from what this company does aesthetically with their grading, their labels, everything. That's
very nice. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. It's funny. I'll live stream my game collection one day. How late am I? Very late, but it's not as late as with me in the comments. I am late to that party. So sorry about that, you guys. It's when we talk, and this is what it is. But
I'm a rambler too, so this was just always going to happen no matter how hard you tried, because you'll ask me a question expecting a 6-second response and it's like a 6-minute response. So that's just how it's gonna go with me. I'm sorry, but
cookies and vodka. Where are the cookies? I see the vodka. I mean, I'm sorry.
Notice she didn't deny the vodka though. She just looked for the cookies.
There's nothing here. You're seeing things again. Cookies and what? This has to be one of the best live streams. Squeak is so on point. Thank you very much.
Kind words. I'm
like for everyone.
Like your live stream is very impressive. I need to look up StreamYard because I like this a lot.
I know I was sucking on Streamlab, and I sincerely apologize to all the guests that I brought in that Streamlab. But it took me like 2 weeks to learn that. I learned nothing. But here I took 3 days, and look at me.
Look at you go. We're popping comments up. We're doing all kinds of stuff.
Exactly. Please hit the like button or the dislike, whatever. It's still going to help the stream. So I know I really like Sweet. So
oh, thank you.
You are so loved. You are so loved.
Well, some days.
Some days. Same here. Same here. To the moon. Oh yeah, to the moon.
Get our moon boots.
To the moon.
Hey, we can wear them for warmth if everything crashes. So I mean, we might as well buy a pair anyways.
Hit the like button. Look at this, you guys. I even wore my space. Look at this. My cat.
Cat shirt. Yeah.
It's hearing the music, just like me ignoring life sometimes is all over the place. Bulbasaur feeling relevant right now. 30K Bulbasaur. Okay. We did answer that.
Yeah, we got that one. Mace, I hope that
says, I'm not here trying to scam, but to teach people in the community. Oh, I see. That's a compliment. Well, thank you, Gerardo. Buy the lottery.
10 mil, Gerardo. Don't forget.
10K. Hey there, you guys. Sorry about
the last day we ever see Gerardo. No, he'll be back. I have a feeling he's going to buy scratchers right now. He just got to win a game, so let's go. Moon Rockets, yeah.
Logan Paul retweeted me today. What?
Okay, Jarvis,
hey,
you're
Jarvis!
huge.
How
Jarvis,
are
you're
you?
huge too. This is like famous person acknowledging other famous person. Like, oh my god, this famous person just reach out to me. Like, if Logan Paul retweeted me, that would be something to write about. You have like 1 million subscribers. This to me does not surprise me at all.
I saw that he commented on one of your videos. I was like, hey, liked.
Like everyone else, like.
like.
How does it feel, Jarvis, to know every YouTube video you go into, there's like a group of people running behind you? Guys, must feel good.
Only if you're living in Texas right now. That's so funny, stonks.
Yeah, poor Texas, man. Shout out to you guys. I hope you can get through it.
Okay.
Cap Case. Shout out to Cap Case. Thank you very much, Cap Case.
Let me see. I've never heard of Pops before. Lame. Laugh about JK, but interesting. Sweet. Literally the first I heard of it.
I got you. This is the only pop I own. It was a gift, and I love it. Sean the Sheep. He spells it the same way as me. This is my pop. My
that's
pop
so cool.
and my clavo puss. This is my life.
I actually have a Stanley Pop sign in the back.
No kidding. That's cool.
I do. I went to Frankenson, and of course I got in line. He signed it. So amazing. Rest in peace, by the way. You're not even. Oh, I'm definitely not caught up in the comments. I know. All right. I guess we can't ignore the comments. If they're asking, we're gonna go through it all. Why is Shiny Fate so out of reach? I'm tired of the hobby. I just want to get shiny
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
See, okay, this right here I do want to comment on. And the reason being is because we've already beat to death, like, can't find Shining Fates anywhere. But, okay, I know it's fun to open packs, but, like, you can also just go out and buy single cards that you like. Like, you don't have to spend $300 to go open a $10 card. You can just go out and buy the Shiny Ice Cube if you like it. I'm pretty sure. Here, I'll just pull up TCG Player right now. I'll go find out how much your Ice Cube is. I think it was, like, $25 when I looked earlier. And that's going to be way cheaper than, like, anything on the market right now, but I'm pretty sure Ice Cube's like pretty cheap right now. Yeah, Ice Cube's $24. It's probably gonna go way lower than that. I'd still be patient, but the reality is you can just buy singles too. That's okay. I know the pack chase is really fun, and it's really fun to like rip open booster packs and like try to hit that card you want to hit. But sometimes it is just like a more practical and smarter thing to do to just buy the single card that you want and then save that money for something later.
Yeah, that's exactly what I preach. That's exactly what I preach. Just you want to save money, just go buy the card. But
I would
this
not
is
spend
gonna
$25 on that card though. I'm just telling you right now. I wouldn't.
This will go down, you guys. This will go down.
Shining Fates is a patience game right now. You either like want to be impatient or and like waste your money, or you want to be patient because the set's been out for like a day. In the Midwest, like stores haven't even gotten their sets yet. Like my product hasn't even come in because my distributor can't. Like FedEx isn't doing pickups. So. Yeah. Did I ever play Naruto? No, I did not. I wish my wife and I are going to learn the game. We've got decks, so we want to learn the game, but I just love the anime.
Gotcha. PokeGeekdom. I'll ask again so you don't have to find my comments. I'm sorry. What are you guys' prediction for when it will happen to all the versions of base set after Logan's Paw openings? You definitely on this one, and I'll definitely have my opinion.
Rocket crashing. No, okay. So the reality is the gains are already had, right? Right now is like people are buying in right now. Any growth that you see after the break is like going to be very like short term, I would expect, because the reality is most people already are aware the break happened. They saw what happened last time. So a lot of the gains are being priced in right now if they haven't been already, right? I've been having a lot of people buying first ed base cards from me recently. And so I'm already seeing people like making their moves now in anticipation of that break. I think most people that have been in the community for at least a year see how this cycle plays out. So I wouldn't expect this like crazy growth. And if there is some growth after, I don't expect it to last long term. And that's kind of what we saw with Base Unlimited last time, right? Base Unlimited shot up way after because most people that were watching that are priced out of first edition base or shadowless base. So they bought into Base Unlimited. And then once that kind of like hype phase died down, we watched it literally fall right back down. And so I think it's like whatever happens with it, and any of the three is like very temporary. I'm all about like organic growth, like my first edition base investments, things like that. I'm not looking at on like a very like micro small scale, what's going to happen in the next 2.5 weeks based on this thing. I'm what's going to happen over the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Like, I think that's the type of thing that is like what a true investment is. If you're looking at like, what do I do with this thing now based on this thing here in a couple weeks? That to me is a flip. And that's a much harder thing to predict. That's like timing the market essentially. So I'm down would be my guess.
I absolutely agree with you too. I think it's very temporary. And I was just in the beginning, I don't think true collectors are buying at this point. I think they're just holding back. They're going to wait. And you know, that's what, because they have learned, like myself, I have learned I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. They're not buying. They're looking at other hobbies right now. Because I've talked to a lot of collectors. I'm like, what are you doing right now? What's going on? And they say, we're definitely going to wait. We'll see. And anybody that's buying right now, I highly suggest against it. But that's pure speculation. And it's just my honest opinion.
Do your research. Do your homework.
Exactly.
You know, if you want to buy in right now, buy in right now. You know, that's totally your prerogative. It's just one of those things that go in with the understanding that you're probably paying close to or all-time high prices right now. And so it's going to be much harder for those things to have additional gains up than it would be for those things to turn down a little bit. But if you're okay with what you're paying right now and you just want the card in your collection, by all means, you know, you do you. But just make sure to like weigh out the pros and cons of everything.
Gotcha. The next question is for you, so the spotlight's on you. And so I
this
gotta
was
take
the
a
quick
drink.
one. I just really quick answered no. I did not play Naruto. I do have a lot of the sealed product. I wanted to collect like one of each of the boxes. I had a bunch of opportunities to collect a bunch more boxes that I thought, you know, were way undervalued. So I bought them, you know, with the intention that hopefully I could then sell those and it would kind of pay for the ones I wanted to keep. I did just get a new one in today that I didn't already have.
Whoa. Oh my God, I went by myself again. I'm totally terrible at this. Let me see. Ooh.
Yeah, so if anyone watches Naruto, I like Naruto a lot. I'm watching Boruto right now. No spoilers, please. But yeah, so that's tends to be what I do when I make an investment. If it's something that I want to keep some back, I try to buy a little bit extra that then I can sell that at the, you know, once the prices go up to kind of pay for what I already like kept back. So that was kind of the idea behind it, but I just really like Naruto a lot. So
do you think Shining Fates will be printed heavily? I certainly do.
Yeah, I think it has to be. Especially if
1,000%.
You know, we're gonna have like that big August set, which is gonna be the EV set or whatever, but you know, and we would expect that there's going to be like a, you know, a May set probably somewhere in there. Kind of things are a little weird this year since they're doing Shining Fates and Battle Styles so close. But for them to extend us through the year, I mean, I think they're going to print product wherever they can. And I think Shining Fates is a high likelihood candidate for that.
Gotcha. Do you have Golden Sun for GPA graded?
I don't. I was never a Golden Sun person, really. I can appreciate the series. I like the series. I think there's a lot of merit to it. I just don't have one. But that game has actually really started to run. So if you're a Golden Sun fan, you might want to get on it.
Yeah, but will there be enough for printed in those 4 weeks?
That's tough. That really is up to Pokemon as to whether or not they will print enough. I would like to think that they would print enough. History tells us that at least in the immediate, probably not.
Yeah. But that's just 4 waves. What if there's more? Right?
Yeah, what if there's a 5th wave and they just open the floodgates and you can get whatever you want? Like, we don't really know.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Who likes computer-generated artwork? I do, obviously. Oh, this one's, oh my goodness. This is such a...
Okay, this person goes by Aitson in our Discord. Shout out Aitson, what's up? What's the next big stonk?
Well, hold on. First edition. Oh my god, Bell Sprouts.
First edition Bell Sprouts. That's what you're plugging. All right. Man, I really don't like want to say anything specific because then everyone just runs out and buys it and it makes the market like move. And the reality is the healthiest investments are the ones that are not going to be spiked up because a YouTuber shouts it out or because some Discord tells you to go buy it. The best investments are going to be the ones that organically grow over time as the market just naturally grows. And so for that reason, I'm inclined to not mention any one specific thing. Every once in a while, I will mention a card or something like that I've been watching. One I just talked about recently on YouTube was Kanizawa Pikachu, specifically because we have seen that card already have massive growth, because I think the amount of time that they were giving that away was less than kind of what people expected it to be. But I'm always hesitant to be like, yeah, I'm investing in this one card, because then that just makes the market move on its own, which isn't healthy for the item itself and generally not the people buying into it.
That's very true. And it's very hard to predict what the stonks is. But yeah, but I am a very prominent seal collector, and that's what I do preach about. And that's what I mean. In my honest opinion, I think that's probably one of the safest bet, as long as you buy MSRP or don't go. And that's just purely how people should invest, because I think there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that tells people you invest in this and this and that, but they don't really teach you how to invest, how to save your money, that's what they're very specific on that, but there's a way to invest.
They just give you the fish instead of teaching you how to get the fish.
Exactly. And that's what, and it took, for me, practice, learning, experience to get everything that I have now. And I'm here, hopefully spreading the message with everyone. And but that's what I've learned. I've learned how to invest, when to buy, not to fall with the FOMO, not to go into the hype. And that's what I have learned. And
sealed product is kind of like you betting on Pokemon as a whole. Like, this is what I tell a lot of people. Like, when you invest into sealed product, especially vintage sealed product, you're essentially betting that Pokemon's going to remain relevant long term. Like, that is kind of what sealed product is, because eventually there will just be a point they quit printing it and that moves forward. So if Pokemon stays relevant, everyone always tells me this, that I'm on like a sugar rush. This is just how I am. Like, this is literally like purely what, like, I think a lot of people see like my informational videos and I'm just like very like structured and calculated. Anyone that used to watch me on Twitch knows this is just pure me all the time. Like, my wife deals with this every single day. Like, this is me. What's up? I like sugar, don't get me wrong, but
you're on a sugar rush. What am I? Oh my God. But hold on.
I'm 110 all the time or 0. Like, I'm either sleeping or I'm this. So
you know what? You know what? We are gonna stop and we're gonna talk about sugar rush. We're gonna do some quick Carlton dance.
I loved this show, by the way. This show is so great.
There you go. There's the sugar rush. And I totally lost the comments. Oh my God, they're gonna murder. Okay. There you go. Squeaks, your video are so insightful, man. I really appreciate your advice and mindset about Pokemon. Definitely.
Well, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it.
Squeaks, is it true that you have 2 liters of Dr. Pepper under your desk?
Wait a minute. How is that making the rounds? I don't even have it up here, but like, how does everyone know about the 2 liter of Dr. Pepper now? That was in like one Discord call. Like, what the heck? Everyone knows. Okay, yeah. I like to drink out of the 2 liter. Here's the thing. I'm not going to like dirty glasses and waste water when I can just like pick up the bottle and drink out of the bottle. If I'm the only one drinking out of it, what's the harm? I don't know. I'm more curious how you know about the 2 liter of Dr. Pepper.
Talking about just Dr. Pepper, I am addicted to Pepsi, you guys. Addicted. I drink 2 Pepsis a day. With straws, because I'm very...
How big? How big are we talking, though? 12 ounce, 24 ounce?
Oh, just 2 cans. That's it. Just 2 cans a day. Okay, 3.
Oh, that ain't it. That's 3. Nothing. Okay, you got a ways to go. Let me show you.
3.5. This is a half. Okay, 3.5. That will be 4. Okay, so, but I'm so...
The rookie numbers. We'll work your way out. You'll be at 2 liter in no time.
Oh my God. That's why I'm like all over the place. But I'm so self-conscious about my teeth. So my dentist, like, you have to drink it from a straw, which I have no idea what happened there. So I probably, when I was dancing, the straw probably fell up.
Straw away. Yeah.
So, but I'm so like, I'm addicted to Pepsi. But the weird thing is that I'm allergic to Coke. That's the weirdest part. I drink Pepsi, but I'm allergic.
That's better. I'm not gonna spoil Coke for anyone out there that likes to drink it, but if you ever want Coke spoiled for you, look up all the things you can use Coke for, and once you start to see the list, you won't want to drink it anymore. I promise you.
Clean your toilet with it. I saw.
They clean blood off the streets with it. That is a real fact. So, like, if an animal gets hit or something like that, Yep. That was the last day I ever drank Coke. That was it for me.
Virtual hug. Thank you, water. Love it. Water. Water. Definitely water.
Yeah, H2O.
Let's see. I'm doing a DBS opening on my channel. I've seen a lot of people asking for bigger tubers to open DBS. What's DBS? What's that?
Dragon Ball Super. So
Oh,
I do not have a lot of confidence in Bandai to actually strategically release and maintain a game long term. I'm not confident that Super survives, Digimon survives, none of that.
Everyone wants me to sign a first edition.
You could do that. Okay. So do you know that YouTube has like a members community thing, kind of like Twitch subscriptions or Patreon? What you could do is eventually set up your members thing as one of your tiers, as people could get like a first edition signed Bellsprout. That'd be cool.
That means I have to go to my storage and
pull them out.
I looked at my box. I was like, how did I accumulated all these? I think it was over 2K at first edition of Bellsprout. And my roommate looked at me and was like, why? I go, I don't know. I don't know. And I just said, John, can you just put it in the storage? I will try my best. No promises. I will try my best. That requires me to go drag my roommate and make him move all my stuff around. And my roommate, when I was having computer issues, I was telling you, when I was having computer issue and I was like asking him, I don't know how to use Streamlab. And he would go from work and he know that I would ask question. So he would just go straight to his room and try to avoid me. John, I know you're watching.
So that you couldn't ask
I know you're watching, John. So my roommate.
Yeah, John. Way to be a good roommate.
I know how to put pictures on my stream now, John.
Yeah, John. No thanks to you.
Oh no, I'll try. Bellsprout beat Pikachu anime, right? Oh my god. And authentication first edition, that will be hot. Oh my god.
Did Bellsprout beat Pikachu in the anime?
I have no idea. Tell me about it.
I don't even remember.
Let me see. Sure. Let me see. I kind of want to design a card grading slab and label to see what I can come up with. These basic are so boring. How much of a market have you guys seen for square corners and miscuts?
Not much. I think so the problem is there's a lot of not factory cut square cuts that are out there raw where people believe that they're factory cut. There's also a lot of those that have been slabbed over the years that the hardcore community is very aware that they are not factory cut, especially if sometimes you'll see them like sealed in a package and they'll tell you that's just like how they came, like kind of like the Machamp deck promos. That is not the case. Those were all secondary done. And I think that really ever hurt that market from establishing. I'm sure if you found like a really rare card, like a Crystal Charizard or something that had that would get some interest from your diehard collectors. To me, it doesn't really do it for me. So it's not something I've got a great interest in. I think it's a very niche market.
It is. And there's also a very niche market for like miscut, misprint cards. And there's definitely on that too. And it's funny because some people actually do pay a lot more. Like me, if I like that card, I'll be like, hey, I'm willing to pay a lot more for that as well. But yeah,
and they're definitely in the eye of the beholder. And since CGC has started like labeling a lot of these miscuts as like errors and things like that, we've really started to see that market evolve, especially on like the ones with the shifted foil where the foil pattern doesn't line up. So we are seeing a market emerge. So it's possible in the future square cuts and miscuts and stuff like that have it. But it really, I think, depends on the degree of the miscut, especially, you know, is your card just shifted or are there like two cards on the same card, right? Because I think there's always been interest in that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll watch that market develop more over the years.
Gotcha. And I was gonna say something I forgot. On I don't know where I saw this. I think it was on a forum. I probably was on Facebook. Some guy had a sheet and he purposely went, I don't know how, but he cut it with square corners. Did you see that? And he's selling them.
Are you talking about the fossil sheet where everything is like it's all square cut, but some of the cards like overlap each other? Is that what you're referring to?
I think so, but
that was my sheet.
No.
I sold
It
it
was
and the
yours?
guy
Oh,
bought
to
it and
him.
cut the sheet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was selling for a miscut price. I saw
Yeah.
that. So you
So
sold. Oh,
So
okay.
this is something that's really contested in Pokemon is the idea of like taking a sheet and cutting it up. In Magic, this is like an accepted thing. People will cut sheets because the reality is one person gets to own an uncut sheet, but if you not factory cut it and make all these cool cards and you sell them as not factory cut so people know what they're buying, a bunch of people get to own a sheet, right? And I just purchased 2 sheets. I'm not going to say what they are yet because they're pretty rare and I'm excited. I'll show them when they come in, but you know, it's one of those things of like, I personally could never cut them. It's just not for me. I couldn't do it. But one of the 2 sheets, there will be a large market of people that would love if I'd cut it and they could own a piece of it. But I think it's just like one of those things. Pokemon's like more of like that purist community. They want things how they come. And so they weren't as big of fans of that. I think it's just, again, one of those eye of the beholder things. You either like it or you don't. But
True.
people do whatever they want with their own stuff. So.
Gym leader Takashi, CG Slap has grown on me compared to PSA with clarity of them. The label is a bit but it's a bit more of about the slap for me. I actually really like the labels. Actually, I saw it. I went and I went out to I purchased a CGC card. I actually really like the label. I really do. I really like it too.
I think it's like an eye of the beholder thing.
Well. Yeah, it's definitely growing on me as well. So let me go here. Okay.
How much did this sheet cost, or how much so these have went up a lot. I think when I sold that one, it was like $2,000 to them, the fossil sheet. I think now they're like 6 or something. The other 2 sheets I bought were deep into the 5 digits.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So I promise you they are much cooler than fossil, but I'm going to wait until I get them in and get them framed before I show them. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll just film a video and it will just be behind me one day. But my guess is they will be stored away from here because, you know, people know where I live now. And so I don't want my sheets here. But someday maybe I'll be able to display them.
Oh, you guys are going to hate me. I thought we were at the end of the comments until I realized I actually double click on something that lied to me and says, JK, you're not the end of the comments. So I apologize, you guys. If I missed the comments, just repost it again.
Hey, we're learning.
Definitely learning here. Okay. Let me see. I definitely did that. I think
we're pretty caught up because I just
we are.
Yeah. And I saw Jody's question was the last one I answered. So
okay, there you go. Hello, I'm starting to get back up into playing the trading card game. What deck set do you recommend? Oh, I don't play, so this is all yours.
So this is a good question. So just to get started playing, just a starter deck is fine if you want to learn the rules, that kind of thing. But it kind of sounds like, based on your question, that you're just getting back into playing competitively. And unfortunately, competitive play really isn't going on right now. They're doing some online cups and things like that. But I would kind of just look up on YouTube Pokemon TCG competitive and kind of see what decks people are building, see if one of those kind of calls out to you that you'd like to play that. And then if you want to buy the individual cards to build the deck, you can do that. But if you're like, oh, I want to open the packs and try to pull them, I would just find what sets then have a good chunk of those cards in them and go that route. But I think one of the best things that you could buy is there's a thing called a trainer toolkit that has a bunch of staples, 4 booster packs, things like that in it. I think that's a great place to start because that'll get you some of the more like competitive trainers and things like that you need, to where then you can just round it out with some of the Pokemon and the other stuff that it doesn't come with.
Gotcha. And I think I bought that to do a giveaway, and I think it comes with 2 Diente GX, right? Am I correct? Yeah.
Yep, 2 Dientes.
Yeah. Don't overpay for packs. I absolutely agree. That's what I always teach that. I teach that. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. Love the content so far. What's your favorite modern?
Favorite modern set
or cards? I think we'll answer both, set and cards. Okay.
Rebel Clash.
You're trolling.
No. Okay. Hear me out. Rebel Clash, I think, is going to be one of those sets that we hear right now. Like, everyone hates Rebel Clash. I don't even know why. I think that set's like really well constructed. I think it's one of those things, everyone hates that set, but we're going to be like a year from now or 2 years from now, Rebel Clash will be out of print. And I think there's going to be like a new wave of collector that comes in that loves that set. And I think it's going to be one of those sets we look back on like Call of Legends, where everyone hated that set. Nobody wanted it when it was out. And now people look back at it. It's like so expensive and they have like a huge fondness for it. I mean, if you look at Rebel Clash, it's got Texturicity, it's got Dragapult, it's got great gold secret rares. Like there's a lot going for that set in terms of its construction. I think it just like really got heavily overshadowed by the other Sun and Moon block sets. But by all like standards, it's better than like already like 3/4 of the Sun and Moon sets in terms of construction. And so I actually like Rebel Clash a lot. I think it's really underrated.
Wow. Okay, so favorite modern card then.
Favorite modern card. I really like, have you seen the Battle Styles Blister promo Jolteon?
No. Let me
It's
pull it up.
technically not even out yet. But that card is one of the best Jolteon arts they've ever made. It's probably like top 3 for me, like up there with like Dark Jolteon and Light Jolteon. I think that one's like really, really good. There's a lot of modern sets I like. Rebel Clash is just like my flavor of the month. If we're going modern, like all the way from like XY forward, I really like Flashfire.
I haven't even looked at Battle Styles, so I'm gonna share my screen. You.
If you just look up Battle Styles Blister Pack.
Okay. Oh, that's the one. Gotcha. I saw it.
Yeah, there should be a Jolteon promo on it, and it's pretty great.
I saw it. Let me share the screen and show it to you guys, so you guys. I saw it. I think so.
Here, I can.
There you go.
Yeah, that promo, man, there's something about that artwork that's just well done. He just looks like a happy boy. I don't know. I just like that card a lot. So
I did say that was my least favorite Pokemon, so maybe that's why I didn't even
I just can't imagine out of 800 and some that Jolteon is your, like, how is that even possible?
I know. And that's not a troll comment.
You have an Eevee behind you. What is happening?
I know. No.
Wait, what's your favorite evolution then?
Umbreon.
Okay.
And yeah.
Top 3. Give me your top 3.
Okay, oh, that's okay. Definitely Umbreon, Espeon, and I think Leafeon's probably my top 3.
Okay, see, I can accept those, but I just don't know. If you said like, oh, Jolteon's my least favorite evolution, I'd be like, oh, okay, I don't agree with you, but whatever. But least favorite Pokemon, I mean, are you kidding? Like, Charjabug is a Pokemon. And you like Jolteon less? Like, how is that even a thing? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Remember, in this channel, we preach about acceptance.
Well, I'm not accepting anything.
We
Jose.
talk about acceptance and different opinions.
That's a crap opinion, and I'm not here to accept it. I'm taking over this show, and Jolteon's the best Pokemon ever made. Yeah, Jolteon's beautiful.
You take over the show. Check this out. Bye.
Jolteon's the best. Jolteon's the best.
Mute. I'm just kidding, you guys. Oh my god. Banned from studio. I'm just kidding, you guys. Let's get him back on. I was just kidding.
At the bottom.
There you go. I was just kidding on that, you guys. I do have to do a giveaway, so I'm gonna limit maybe another 30 minutes. You guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I think I'm almost caught up in the comments, which is great. Okay, let me do the answer. I've seen a lot of photos on videos of Shiny Fates opening. What are your thoughts on the pull rates and the Shiny Fates? This is probably some of yours. I barely open, so I would not even know.
So I've not opened a pack, but from what I've heard, it's pretty much constructed like Hidden Fates, so I think it's fine. I think it's always going to be top heavy, that it's going to be harder to get your Shiny GXs. The baby Shinies, because there's so many, you'll see them in a higher frequency, especially because I believe they come in that reverse hollow slot. What I would really watch out for is your pull rate of the full art trainers, because I think a lot of the expected value, or what's called the EV of the set, is going to be derived in how well those do. And so specifically, I would be watching, Pokeball Guy, Bird Keeper, Skyla, etc. And then on the shiny side, I would be watching kind of where your value lies in the gold cards and what those pull rates are, since I suspect that they will kind of deviate from your standard shiny V. But I think the pull rates are fine. From what I've seen, people are actually getting like pretty high pull rates, which I think is a good thing for the set. I think it'll encourage people to keep opening and feel like they're getting rewarded, even if they're not hitting like that really big hit, which is what made Hidden Fate so great.
Gotcha.
Taxel. Did Radar mention in our last podcast? Listen, sometimes Radar and I both just say stuff and we just both kind of listen to each other. Maybe he did mention it, but it had to have been very brief. But yes, when we were prepping for that podcast, I like pulled up a 2-liter and took a drink. It was like the 8th time I had done it, and Radar just lost it in our preparation. He's like, "You have a 2-liter under your desk?" And I was like, Radar, I've literally had this on the screen for the last like 30 minutes. And that is where that story came from. So maybe he did mention it, and that's how everyone knows. But
Gotcha. Dr. Karts, Squeak, what's up, homie? Looking good on the show, you too. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you. No, I am not going to sign. Oh my God. Maybe you
Steve,
guys.
look at that. There you
Who
go.
would be poker than Steve?
Hey, I believe it. You keep up with the
Probably.
graphics and the moon stuff. Let's go.
I mean, shoot. I
Sky's
mean,
the limit.
Bellsprouts are spirit Pokemon. I don't know. You know, let me look at Bellsprout. God, let me see. How is that my God?
Bellsprout.
Hey, tell me, what card have you accidentally hoarded without even knowing? Tell me.
Okay, mine's gonna sound like really pretentious. Mega Charizard Secret Rare from Flashfire. That was one of
I
those.
actually have a couple of that.
That was one of those cards that I was just like, this card's undervalued. I thought the price was being suppressed by the fakes that were on the market because people were listing the fake ones, and other people were buying them not knowing they were fake, which was keeping the price way down. And so then I was like, well, the amount of legitimate copies out there is just way less than what people perceive. And so even up to like last year, you could buy those near mint for like $40. And I just kept buying them and buying them. And then next thing I know, the prices spiked. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go like audit how many of these I have. And it turned out I had a lot of them. So I think that was one that I always thought I had like 10, but then I actually like had like 50. So
very nice. Fun. This is the card that I've hoarded over 2K. I don't even know how. Oh my God.
Look at that. You grade them all, get a 9.5. You got $41 Bellsprouts.
Oh my God. Look at
Pokemon Market in a bubble.
Hey, hey, not bad. You know, she got those lips dancing. I'm probably wearing those.
All right,
lipstick.
chat. Now there's a lot of meme material that you could take with that clip right there and just run with it. I'm just telling you, for every future PokeGal podcast, if you don't make a reference to Bellsprout's lips, you are missing opportunity.
Look at this. She's like, oh, look. Oh my God.
PokeGal, I have a question for you. Do you have a TikTok?
I don't.
You could take this podcast and clip out 50-second segments and have TikTok material for the next like 2 months and really get that started. And you should start with this clip about Bellsprout's lips. Look at Weeping Bell. Look at them. Look at the lips on that guy. Dang. Now look at Victory Bell.
God, look at this is liposuction right here. What is this, Bellsprout? Oh my God, this is fillers for Bellsprout right here.
Oh no!
I honestly don't know how I.
We better be careful. We're starting to go down the Google rabbit hole.
We are okay. We are gonna stop it, you guys. I'm so sorry. I did say that this broadcast was not made for children. I did say that when they asked me with YouTube, was it made for kids? I go, no, no way.
Oh my gosh. You heard it here first, everyone. Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, and Victory Bell are the next Diamond Hand stonks because of the big old lips.
All right, you guys. Oh my God, if I look at that Bellsprout, I'll probably. What is the most underrated card in your opinion?
Underrated card set. EX Team Rocket Returns. Not even close.
Okay, how about modern?
Oh, modern graded card. Okay. Modern set other than Rebel. I think Rebel Clash specifically, again, because the fact that people have like such a negative view of it that like it can't go much lower, but it has a lot of room to go higher. If I went further back than that, because I always assume modern is XY forward, semi-vintage is like EX era to black white, and then vintage is before that. So XY forward. Crimson Invasion.
No. For real?
Oh, yeah. That has Alolan Executor's first print. It has a hyper rare Gyarados. It has a waifu. I think people are okay. Let me just knowledge you for a minute. I think if Crimson Invasion wouldn't have followed up two of the greatest Sun and Moon sets as a whole, and would have just had a standard normal release that wasn't like it falls off a cliff, it's dead forever, etc. I actually think Crimson Invasion would have been just a fine set that would have been like middle of the road. But if we actually look at what's in that set, you have Lusamine, you have a Hyper Gyarados, which by the way is almost $60 now. You have Olivia, you have Alolan Executor's first showing, you have Silvally GX's first showing, which is really popular with Gladeon. It's like the first showing of all of the Ultra Beasts. I mean, I actually think this set has a lot going for it. And I think it just like has that negative stigma, but I think it's going to be like one of those ones that we look at down the road if Pokemon has another big boom where people look back and are like, man, I remember when nobody wanted Crimson Invasion. I mean, we're saying that right now. When Crimson Invasion went to like $130 a box, people were like, man, I remember when you couldn't even sell that for like $60. Like, yeah, that's mine. What's yours?
Cosmic Eclipse. I know it's probably popular now, but I remember when
it wasn't.
Boxes, when it wasn't. I called it. I said, look at those arts. And then I went and I got 2 cases and I put it in the storage. And I'm glad I did. Even though I heard they are reprinting in the UK.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, in the UK for sure is definitely happening.
And I don't know about the US. I've heard here and there, but you know, it doesn't matter because I bought those cases. I didn't overpay for those cases. So regardless of it, and that's what, you know, investing or just collecting.
Yeah.
If it goes up, hey, guess what? I'm great. I made money. If it goes down, hey, I'm not gonna lose any money. I'm just gonna sit on it for just a little while. And that's how investing should be. And I took courses on how to invest here and there. And the best knowledge that I've learned is to never buy high. And that's one of the things. But definitely go there. I'm gonna totally what program? I use StreamYard. So I started to learn. I paid I think the $40 a month for StreamYard, and I love it. I don't have to download any program whatsoever. It's easy for me to use. And you guys, I'm not tech savvy whatsoever. And I went and I did all of that at canva.com. $13 a month. So in one day, Squeak, check this out. I was so upset when I was live streaming with Uncle Dave, and I was so upset that it crashed. Overnight, $300 I spent, bought everything. Got and Wi-Fi extender. I did everything overnight and I'm so
and here
glad.
we are, baby, big time.
Here we are, you guys. Has anyone pulled the Zard? You have.
I have not.
You've not
for
pulled the
Shining
Zard?
Fates.
Oh.
No. Also, you skipped a question where somebody asked if you would sign a Jolteon.
Oh my God.
There's no way you could say no with me on your podcast right now. You have to do it.
Would I sign a Jolteon?
I'm just not okay, you're telling me all 830 some Pokemon, Jolteon is your absolute least favorite of all of them.
No, I love Jolteon. It's my least favorite evolution. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
It's my least favorite. No.
Was I the only one under the impression? I'm pretty sure she said least favorite overall.
No. I will show you my least favorite. The fetus Pokemon, Mushana. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, that's your least favorite?
Absolute least favorite. Absolutely. Oh.
Muna and Musharn are cool. What? Okay, but that's better than Jolteon, but like...
Oh, no. That's my least favorite evolution.
So you'll sign a Jolteon then. That's no problem.
I would love to sign. I would love to sign any.
All right. You say I may come back someday. We'll see now. Now you've recovered.
Okay, so let's see. Umbreon, Jolteon, Glaceon, Espeon, Flareon, Sylveon, Leafeon. Okay, that would be good. Stuckfish got me. The Jolteon is beautiful. Let me see. My favorite modern is Special Delivery Pikachu. Now that I get my hands on one, that would be neat. Let me see.
I think everyone feels that way. I think everyone wants to know when that's coming. So
now I'm going backwards in the comments because I totally skipped. Do you have any of the Seal, Zemitenta, and Zacian premium boxes? How many? I haven't able to get Tans one, unfortunately. I think they were going for like $150, but I think retail was $89 if I remember correctly.
I do not have any, but I really like those promos as a spec.
They are really nice.
Yeah.
They are really nice. I'm just waiting for them to hit Target again or my local card shop. But I will admit that is something that I will buy. Not even consider. I will buy probably 2 or 3 to keep it in my seal collection. That's something I will definitely buy. Definitely will buy. Okay, Japanese seal products seem to be popping up. What are your thoughts on Japanese products as of a whole? Well, I got something here.
I like Japanese product. I think we're in a phase right now where people are just buying everything because everything makes money, right? Like it's kind of like Radar and I were joking the other day. If you're not making money right now in this market, but you're trying to, you should give up because you will never make money. And like, I don't mean that to be mean, but like, this is the easiest it has ever been to make money in Pokemon. So if you're not making it work right now, you're probably just not going to be able to make it work, or you need to spend a lot more time learning and researching. And so with Japanese product, I think it's fun, right? If it's just from like a collector perspective, yeah, fun to open, fun to collect. I would be really careful though with like, oh man, Lost Thunder's a couple thousand a box. We should go out and buy, you know, the equivalent on the other side, because everyone's like, oh, you could chase the Lugia. Well, the hyper rare Japanese Lugia is not as much as the English. The pull rates are also not the same. You only get like 1 of their like secret rare equivalents per box, but that includes full art, secrets, hypers, everything. So like there's a lot of variables difference. It doesn't mean that there's not room to grow there and that kind of thing. I would just be careful of what you're picking with that kind of thing. But I like Japanese seal product. I think they're seeing a lot of rise in the market over there, specifically from the people I've talked to in Japan. Things are starting to sell out more, and they're starting to get back to that point that they were at a couple years ago where product was in short supply.
Yeah, I'm also investing in I think it's for Japanese Volt Tackle. So just a booster box were going for like $100. So I found this and I did my research and I saved money, you guys. So check this out. This is the Pokemon Center limited edition. So this I got on eBay for $148 with shipping and everything, and it comes with 2 Volt Tackle boxes. I don't know if you guys see 2 of them, 2 of it. So instead of paying 2 separate Volt Tackle boxes, I get this nice little collection here. Save $50, and not only that, it comes with a sleeve, a little cute deck box, and this overall nice little bit of a collector's edition. So I bought 2 of these. One I'm going to open for the stream sometimes a little bit later on. But I got this. And I was like, that's so cool. So just a little bit of research here and there. You see how I just saved money? Just saved $50. So as of right now, it's called, if you guys go to eBay, it's called the Volt Tackler box. So there you go. All right, you guys, I am getting a little tired. So anything... We're good. Oh, you know what?
That water's wearing off. Yeah. Just
okay. We cannot. Let me see. Did I miss the giveaway? Nope. Okay. We cannot miss Jake's question. This is gonna be the last question, you guys. And I gotta do the giveaway. I'm a little bit tired. I worked at like 5 a.m. today. So from a financial perspective, would you hold or sell into the recent increase in prices? That's such a heavy question. All yours on this, and I'm going to go take a drink because I'm going to be answering this one as well.
I think, so yeah, that one's tough. I think it really depends on the situation that you're in, what your goals are. One of the things I tell people is when you buy something that you really should like have price targets set up and down, you know, and like how long you want to hold it, how much gain are you looking to get out of it, that kind of thing. Even if, so you aren't necessarily going to hit those, but so you have some kind of a guide map to follow by, right? And so like, you know, this question could be answered a million different ways, right? If you have some really high end stuff that's going to do well long term and you have absolutely no need for the money, then yeah, your answer would probably be no, don't sell. But if you've got a bunch of money sitting on a credit card and you don't have any food in your fridge and you're sitting on $20,000 in cards, then the answer is probably yes, you should sell. So I'm not really sure that I could answer this question without knowing more. And at that point, then I'm, you know, it's financial advice and I'm not an advisor. So I would just say to sit down and weigh out kind of what you could do with that money if you did sell and what you would do with that money, and versus, you know, if you didn't sell and how things would look that way, and then decide what's best for you. But I'm not sure that anyone can give you the best idea of that other than yourself. Muted.
God, sorry. I was drinking water. Emphasis on water. But I'm gonna answer this question based on what I would do without giving financial advice,
Yeah.
and just based on what I've learned and what I've studied. I am gonna bank on a. This is gonna be extra. Please do your research, you guys, because I have done it. I'm gonna quickly just say it real quick because I don't want to make sure to give any divulge any information that's a little bit misleading. But I've done research on just perhaps the market crashed and whether Pokemon is luxury good or not, and it is. And if I were to gamble, and if I were to sell all of this, and I'm a huge collector, I don't sell, but if I were to sell, and my collection is probably in the seven figures, but if I were to say, you know what, I'm going to cash out, I would probably do it now because I'm a little bit afraid with just history, with just based on just what history has provided with the pandemic, the depression, and the first thing that goes first is collectibles. So if I were to do my research based on just research housing market crashes, research the economy after any pandemic, and you just bank on your decision on that. But if it was me, I would sell. But that's just, again, this is me. I'm not giving any financial advice. It's just my honest opinion. One last question that I did skip, so I don't want to make sure. Thoughts on how potential economic crisis, there you go, exactly what he just said, affect.
Yeah, I mean, I think you summed that one up great.
I did. Do your own research.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, anytime you have like a massive global, impact, something like this, if the whole global market takes a downtrend, you're going to see that ripple effect across the board. The same way, if everything's booming globally, you're going to see that ripple effect across the board. So in kind of a general sense, I don't think Pokemon is like completely mutually exclusive from the market. I think maybe some sectors could be, but right now, I would say the biggest piece that I can give anyone, of my opinion, is we're in very uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Not just with pandemic, not just with global markets, not just in Pokemon, but supply shortages, graded card, turnaround time, everything. Everything is just an unknown right now. And there's a lot of variables that people are trying to piece together. I think about this stuff literally every second I'm awake, it feels like now. And so it's just one of those situations where no one can give you that complete concrete answer. Try to compile as much data as you can and come up with your best conclusion. You may be right, you may be wrong. But at least if you're doing that process, as things start to change, you can pivot and make adjustments. But right now we're in completely uncharted territory. So we don't really have like a definitive map to follow on exactly how all of this is going to play out. We're all just kind of trying to do the best we can.
Exactly. And research 2018 market crash, collectibles was first to go. Research do all of that because I've been studying finance for at least 5 to 6 years, and I'm very heavily on that. I don't want to give financial advice at all.
Research
This is
comic
just a
book bubble of the 90s.
Yes.
Trading sports trading cards of the 90s. The tulip bubble, which is like the first like no market bubble. .com bubble is a great thing to research. Any of those are like really great in terms of giving you kind of an idea of how bubbles can play out, and even more so the psychology of how people think within a bubble. And that will give you a better idea of, maybe the exact items aren't the same, but maybe the way people are acting and responding could be the same. And then you can piece together things like that.
I promised Asuka that I would ask you this question. So I'm going to ask you this question. It's going to be the last question.
Yeah.
Okay. He wants to know, once PSA, and this might be wishful thinking, it could happen, once PSA has stopped with the backlog and get their feedback on, do you think CGC cards will hold their value, or do you think it will decrease?
No, I think they'll hold their value. I'm a firm believer that right now the biggest thing going for PSA is their longevity within the market, how long they've been around. But if somebody's removing all their emotion from it right now and taking everything on an objective scale and like tiering out like pros, cons, I think it's really hard right now to say that CGC isn't the most affordable with the fastest turnaround time, and right now is remaining the most accurate to their grading scale for what it is. And as long as they can maintain that long term, the only thing that BGS and PSA have are longevity. And so if that maintains and all of these things stay on the exact trajectory, I don't actually know how CGC doesn't overtake the market. That being said, a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can change. You never know what's going to happen. But yes, I am very bullish and confident on CGC, which is why I am sending all of my cards there.
Gotcha. I thought that question would be a perfect fit for since I'm very new to PSA, grading, and I went full on. I went 8,000 to PSA, full on. Let me see. What's your favorite Cardi B song? I mean, you can definitely answer this too. I mean, I love Cardi B.
I abstain.
I love Cardi B.
I mean, she's a fun artist.
Through Your Phone, that's my favorite song. She was so pissed in that song. Oh my god! If you listen to that song through, she's like, "I'm gonna cut the sneaker off your tongues." I'm gonna cut the tongues off your sneaker. Call your mama to raise, to raise a little. She was so mad in that song.
I like how passionate you are about Cardi B.
I love that song. Oh my god, she was so mad. She was so mad, her former ex-husband who cheated on her. Shame on you for cheating, by the way. She was so mad. She's like, "You're gonna wake up and see why I have an attitude." She was so mad at that. So, anyways, you guys, that I am done.
There you go. Today you learned PokeGal likes Bellsprout's lips and Cardi B a lot.
Thank you, buddy. All right, you guys. I'm gonna give Squeak the spotlight on final thoughts. And then I'm going to send him back off to Earth. Okay, you guys? We're off the moon. We're flying back. All right. Final thoughts to Squeak. Give me a little bit. And I'm going to... I talk, by the way, because I got to do the setup.
Oh, you want me to talk? Oh, sorry. I didn't know you wanted me to talk.
I mean, not yet. But I say talk for a little bit because I got to do the setup for the giveaway, okay? You ready? All yours, dear.
Yeah. So, final thoughts. The market's changing a lot. Use caution, use patience, do your due diligence, do your homework. I know we talk about that all the time. Doing your homework is not just going and listening to whatever your favorite YouTuber says about the market that day. That is not homework. That is help. But doing your homework is doing the market research, getting it on the ground level. You know how like when you used to write a paper in school, you'd go to Wikipedia and just like write what's there. You know how at the bottom of Wikipedia, there's all those sources? That's the homework. The Wikipedia page is like listening to what the YouTubers say, right? You can do both, but you should probably still look at the sources. That's the idea. Other than that, I don't really have much else for you. Pokemon's in a really like interesting time right now. There's still a lot of fun to be had. I know there's a lot of frustration with not being able to find sealed product, things getting really expensive. There's still tons of untapped areas in the market to have a lot of fun, a lot of cool things that people just aren't looking at. So don't get so caught up in the hype. If you want to hear more about stuff like this, feel free to check out my YouTube channel down below. I've got the store link right there. If you ever want to buy anything that I sell, there's my Instagram. Sometimes I just post up cool pictures there, and sometimes I just post up pictures of my cat. So if you like cats, that's cool too. Otherwise, I'm Squeaks. I hope you guys had fun with this podcast. I had a blast with it. Love to be back sometime. Thanks so much to PokeGal for having me. That's pretty much all I've got. Was that long enough? Is that good? Is that
no? Keep talking.
No. What else? What else? You guys want me to just show you stuff? I got stuff I can show you.
Yeah, do that. That's
all
a good
right.
idea.
All right, I'll just show you stuff that I have. Here we go. So here is a Nintendo Power. This is CGC authenticated with its signature series, and this is signed by the voice actors for Mario, Bowser, and then Miss Kelly, who does Princess Peach and Toad. And so this is like Charles Martinet, and woohoo! But yeah, that's something I've got. What else do I got? Here, I'll pull up YouTube so I can see your guys' responses in real time. Squeaks, teach me about Naruto. I could teach you about Naruto. What do you want to know? Ask me right now. You've got time. Hurry. Ask. I'm reading YouTube. Like, just start jamming your questions in. Here is a game I like. Oh man, here, I'll tell you guys a story. I'll tell you guys a wholesome story, all right? Here's a quick wholesome story. This is my favorite game, probably of all time, at least for sentimental value, okay? Let me actually pull up the other. Okay, so this is Tomba. The reason that this is my favorite game to play is Diablo 2, which just got a remaster announcement today, by the way. Hype! Okay, anyways, one day, my dad was like very like conservative, save money, like almost like penny pinch, like that kind of thing. And so one day him and I went to like this big car show gallery thing, and they had like vendor booths set up and stuff. And we went to this one like, booth that had video games. And he pretty much told me like, oh, you can get something for like $5 or $10 or whatever at the time. And he was like very like, if he tells you like an amount, like you don't ask to go over that, right? So I was like looking through the games, and there was a game in there, Tamba. And I like found it, and I was like reading it, and then I saw the price tag, and it was like $25. And so I was kind of bummed, but I like put it down. And so I went over to this other section, and so I found like a hockey game or something that I wanted. And finally, when I turned around, my dad was just finishing in line and had picked up the Tamba game that he saw that I wanted, but like obviously was out of that range, and he bought it for me. And that just stuck with me for a long time. I don't even know if he probably remembers that. And so I absolutely love this game. So this is a graded copy. Now, this is not the copy, that my dad had gotten me. This is a sealed copy, but Tamba holds a great place in my heart. So there you go. There is a personal story about Tamba and something I love. There you go. Was that good? Are we on time? What are the coolest Naruto chase cards? Set 20, Gallant Sage alternate arts. They are, so essentially what they did was they took 20 cards in the set. They made alternate arts of them, and they only made 20 of each. So there's 400 in total, but there's only 20 of each individual given one. They were randomly inserted into any first edition pack, so that can be booster boxes, blisters, tin packs, whatever. There's never been definitive proof that they've all been pulled or that some haven't been lost to time. Who knows? But those are like the creme de la creme of the game. There's not really anything that touches them outside of maybe the E3 promos that were given out that are effectively Sakura, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Naruto that don't have the text on them, but they're like the shatter foil or whatever, that were essentially like promos to kind of like hype up the game before it came out. That's like your peak. Is it a 9.8 really good? This game is about as close to perfect as you can get without getting a 10. So a 10 A++ would be perfect. There's only like 10 of those that exist across like all games, all platforms. So yes, this is virtually a perfect game. Yeah. When is the merch happening? So I've been getting a lot of questions about merch. I'm working with my graphic designer, the one that did the YouTube intro, all of the cats. I have like actual emote designs that we put in the Discord. You've seen some of those in the thumbnails recently. I'm working on like some kind of a YouTube membership program because I know that there's a lot of people out there that want to talk to me more on like an intimate one-on-one basis about questions and things like that. And they also want to find other ways to support me. So I'm working on a program, but I want to do it in a way that provides value to people, but doesn't take anything away from people if they can't afford to be a part of it. And so merch may be a way to be integrated into that or something like that. I just haven't quite figured it out yet, but I am having like some kind of a shirt or something designed. It's just, we're not there yet.
Cool.
Look at ETV. Whoa. Are we here? Is this the giveaway?
No, we'll kinda. There's a twist to it, you guys.
Okay.
Someone's gonna win this ETB by doing a pack battle, but it's completely free. I don't charge for anything here. So let me see here. Let me go here. What are you doing?
I'm just putting my stuff away. I'm still here.
Oh,
no, I'm just setting it back so I don't break anything.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I'm a clumsy individual, so.
So I'm gonna, because there's 10, right? Okay.
There are 10 packs, yes.
Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna need 10 participants, but I don't even know how I'm gonna pick 10. Do you know how to do Google Forms at all? No, to do the will.
I am not the tech person.
I don't even know how am I gonna pick 10 participant. So 10, participant. The winner gets. I'll give you the EV promo too. Why not? But I'm keeping the sleeves because I kind of like the sleeve and I like the deck. So basically, you get all the cards. Unfortunately, you guys, I'm just gonna give you guys the hits. But you get the EV promo, you get the hits, and these I will keep. Okay, you guys. I'm sorry about that.
So are you picking 10 people assigning a pack to each one, and then whoever wins the pack battle overall gets everything?
Exactly.
So there's one winner.
Exactly. So there will be one winner. So I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. Darn it. There's 88 people watching. Crap. You know what?
I possibly do a giveaway like this the other day.
Uh-huh.
Are you dead set on the pack battle?
Why?
Because the way you could do it is you could write down a number between like X and X after you've opened and just have people spam numbers until somebody gets that number right, and then that's just your winner.
That is true. That is less work.
I think that's like the only way to do it.
That is less
live.
Work.
There's like, if you weren't live, you can do it like with like a comment picker, like in the comment section. But since you're live, you don't have that option.
That is work. That is less work. But I also want to do YouTube content. I also want to open the packs. Darn it.
Well, you can open them.
Oh,
Right?
I
You
can.
open them, show what they're gonna win, and then
Okay.
pick the person to win it.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea. What do you guys think about that? Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that way somebody gets real hype.
spamming.
Yeah,
They're already
go.
spamming the comments.
Yeah, I want everything open. We need to open packs.
All right. Okay. So,
I'm
okay, I
jonesing
think
for
that's a
pack
good
opening.
idea. I think that's a good idea. Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Keep going. You talk for 2 seconds. I gotta get a drink. 1 second.
Okay. I think we can do that. All right, you guys.
I'm
But I also like okay.
I really said it was
But how am I gonna pick the number?
So what you would do is say like, oh,
Okay.
I picked a number between 1 and 100, and you write it down on a piece of paper, and then
Okay.
once you say go, people will start spamming numbers. First one to pick the number gets it.
Okay.
That's how
You're gonna help me, right?
I'm gonna help. First one I
Okay.
see. Okay, but I need to know. Okay, in StreamYard,
what?
you'll have to write your number to me so I know which one.
You know what? We can just do a random number generator. Let's do that.
Yeah. Well, then we could do that.
Mm-hmm. No, I can
No. Here, you can write the number to me in StreamYard.
Okay.
Nobody else can see that.
Wait, not 1 to 100, because that's probably
No,
let's
people
do-
will spam numbers really fast.
okay. So would it be 1 through?
Because there's 89 here. So even if just everyone picked one number. No, don't spam the number yet, guys.
Don't spam it, you guys. Don't. I can't read right now.
Yeah, we're not even there yet. We're not even there yet.
Let's give them 1 to 500. How about that?
Okay,
Just gotta
1 to
do-
500.
Okay, hold
You
on.
write the number in
Okay, that's a good
StreamYard.
idea. Okay.
And we won't do the number thing until after you've opened.
Okay.
This is a YouTube trick because then it gives people incentive to watch through the whole thing so that they get to win at the end.
Oh my God. That is smart.
Yeah, because if you pick now, people are going to feel salty and leave. Yeah, that's right. I learned the game.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys. Let me
Okay, but guys, seriously,
write the
if you're
number.
spamming
Okay.
numbers now, it's not going to matter. Because, like, I'm only going to look at, like, I'm going to draw a line in chat, and then it's going to be every number after that. So I'm saving you the trouble.
Okay, I sent it to you, the number of the private chat already.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is the rule. Squeaks, help me out, okay? Help me out, please. Please, 1 guess per person. Please, you guys, please. I will double check. How do I will double check? I don't know. I will. I don't ask people to subscribe to the channel because hearing me talk is, I think, like I said, sufficient enough. Hearing me like go crazy on this stream is probably more than enough too. But if you guys please do subscribe, I would really, really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me to hit the sub, like the video. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Squeak, for doing this and now moderating. I mean, I'm just totally just using you and abusing you right now.
We're having fun. We're just hanging out.
Just dry the towel here. So I sent it to you guys. So please, you guys, 1 guess per person, okay? You guys, just 1 guess per person. Not yet.
It's fine.
Not yet.
If they
Don't
guess
spam
more
it.
than once and then I see their number and then scroll up until they guess again, we'll just void it. Yeah.
Okay. Please, you guys, I
right.
don't want to avoid people.
Police coming in.
All right, you guys. All right, I'm gonna put the
Let's
banner
open
up.
this.
Okay?
I'm just excited to see some
I'm
shining
gonna
fates
put the
go.
banner. Okay, 1, 2.
Wait.
What?
No. You're gonna open the ETB first.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. You open it. Then once people see what's in there, then we pick the winner. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you guys. I'm just very slow.
No, well, it's okay, guys. We saved it. Saved. Hashtag saved. Can we get a hashtag saved in the chat from everyone?
All right. Wait. I purposely had a gift for this, you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, Charizard, I summon you.
Oh, is this what we're doing? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's it. We're going to summon ya. Come on, Charizard. Come here, baby. All right, good luck. Let me
Man, that would be insane. Dude, look at how many hashtag saves came in. I'm proud of you, chat. You guys did a really good job with that.
Thank you, you guys. All right.
Nick Merckx, if nobody guesses it, we'll do another round.
Okay.
Trust me. We'll figure it out.
All right. Now I can't get the thing to disappear. Okay, let's do it.
Here we go.
So let me see the little book. Why not? She's so
All right,
cute.
I need everyone out there. Hold on, where is it?
Boring. The book's boring now. Okay, here.
How do you search emojis on here?
I have no idea. Here. Okay. So the winner will get the Eevee promo. Okay. Let me put it in a. I'll put it later for you guys. The winner will get anywhere you guys are at. I will ship it for you for free, but not tomorrow because I am not gonna go to the postal office at 8 a.m. in the morning. Sorry, you guys, but I will most likely pack on Monday, ship on Tuesday or Wednesday, probably a Thursday. All right. Here, 8 packs. Okay. Everything here. I do want to keep these because I really like the little content. But all right. So.
All right, can someone get me the rocket ship emoji? I want to see a bunch of rocket ship emojis in the chat. That's what I want to see.
All right, you guys. Wish me luck. Wait, magic hands.
Actually, wish you guys luck because one of you guys is gonna win.
That's true.
What's in these packs? There we go. Look at them rocket ships. That's what's up. You guys are fun. This is fun.
All right. Pretty excited. Well, I also like Mopeco a lot too. So we'll go there.
Cool.
Let me do it here. Is it better for here?
Spinarak, Snom, Grookey.
Look at that Eevee.
That was a gym promo in Japan too.
Very good. Cameron. Oh, Manaphy. Not doing the pack trick, you guys. Should I do the pack trick now? We'll just do it quickly. And those are bleh.
Boo.
Terrible pack. Boo. Let's go this quickly.
I just want there to be something really cool.
Look at this. Another Mopeco. Oh my god. Okay.
Was that something cool?
Spinarak. You think so?
Weasel? I don't know.
Roulette. Trap. Oh, there you go.
Pikachu, let's go.
There you go. Let me go.
How do you pronounce his name?
I have
Churchin?
no idea. Let me go get you guys sleeve. Oh my god, I let it drop. I'm sorry. And yeah, Mega. There you go. Yeah. Next.
I'd watch your code on the screen if you don't. Oh, okay. If you want to share the code.
No, I don't mind at all.
Cool. Oh, just
here you guys go. You heard that? You heard me. You know what? I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna go through and give you guys all the rares as well too. Okay, you guys. Whoever won, whoever wins this, I'm gonna give you guys the rare too.
Man,
there's no point.
This is intense.
Come on. There you go. This is a reverse holo. Oh, hey!
Oh, greeting. That's another gym promo from the same pack
so
as Eevee, actually. That's really cool. I didn't know we got that in English.
I'm going to get that. I'm going to sleeve that for you guys. Get there. Here. Oh, my God. I can't be a pack breaker. Look at how messy I am.
Man, 2 ultra rares already, though. Man, you guys are still rocketing in the chat. I'm so proud right now. Holy cow. Let's go.
Coughing. Come on, horsey. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey.
Yo, Rillaboom V shiny. Let's go.
That is nice. That is
what a
definitely nice.
Card too.
No, I'm gonna definitely sleeve this and give you guys the rare, of course. All of that. Okay. Hopefully the chances of getting more will be great. I mean, oh my god.
Well, right now we've hit 3 ultras and 4 packs. I think we're doing pretty good.
Oh yeah. Hopefully that does not kill the chances of Charizard coughing. Rowlet. Oh my goodness. No, that's just the reverse. Oh, that's a cute
Eevee
reverse.
though. That's great.
Oh, nothing here. What
Boss's orders.
Okay. Get you guys the code card. That.
I like Nickit, actually. I didn't at first, but Nickit's grown on me. Q-Font, too.
I know, I do, too. Coffin and... Oh, hey!
Feeble. There we go, yeah.
A reverse. Not a reverse, a holo. I'll leave you guys here. Get the code card.
All right, chat. I need a wave of rockets. As many rockets as you guys have got in your arsenal, we need them right now. If you're out there.
Shink, horsey. Oh my goodness! Holy crap!
Let's go!
Oh my god! That's pretty nice.
Rocket power, baby!
That's pretty nice. Holy crap! Oh my god!
This
Hey,
is
this is not bad at all. This is great. Hey, the winner is gonna be very happy.
I was gonna say this is crazy.
I know. Okay, I will be very surprised if the other packs have something. Shoot,
Two
I picked
shiny V's.
3. I know.
A V like regular, and then you also got a
know.
shiny baby shiny.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Hey, you know these hands are pretty hot. You know, look at this.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that. Look at that.
There's still a Charizard, maybe. You never know.
Maybe I would totally. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, that's so cute, Morpeko. That's so cute. Okay, Rowlet the reverse. Gonna give that to you guys. Of course, I think the next pack are gonna be duds.
No, nope. I'm a believer.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, side with me. I'm the believer. It'll be in here. You just have to will it into existence.
Oh my god, they really like Morpeko.
As I said, there's more Pecco in every pack.
Exactly. Oh, Nicklet. Oh, Rookie's so cute. Okay. Oh, hey! Another
Frostmoth.
That's really nice, dude. This ETB is really nice. Last pack, you guys.
Last pack. Here we go. All rockets on deck right now.
Come on, you guys. All right. Oh, look. Oh my god. Another Morpeko. They really like it, don't they? Look at that. That's so cute.
I like the shuckle in the background.
I know. I saw that. Let me go here.
Wait, you know what? That shuckle in the background is a throwback to the legendary treasure shuckle.
Oh, really? Yes, that's true. Yeah. Now that I see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep, it is. Eevee. Horsey. Okay. Oh, hey!
You just gotta will it into existence. Crobat V is super playable in competitive play, by the way.
The money bat. Oh my god, that is. My goodness. Oh, gotta do you guys. Okay. I will sleeve all of this for you guys. All right. So are we ready to guess the number?
Okay. So chat, here's how it's gonna work. Don't start guessing. Okay.
While you do that, I'm gonna sleeve.
Yep. I'm gonna put a line in the chat. After that line, you could just start spamming numbers. I don't even care. It doesn't have to be one each. Just spam your numbers. First one to get it, because everyone then has an equal chance. Everyone has a chance to get their number. So just plop in as many numbers as you want. After you see my line, first one to get the number, that's it. That's the winner. All right?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Blast off. Good luck, you guys.
I probably should pay really close attention.
Yes. Because I'm not.
Oh, dude, it went so fast all of a sudden. I still haven't seen it, though. Okay. Keep them coming in at this pace. This is a good pace. Because I can see them. Oh, wait. Hi. Let me double check to make sure. But I'm pretty sure.
Winner, chicken dinner.
We have a winner.
We have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Whoa.
The winner is.
Hold on. Who is it?
You want me to type it in chat?
Okay. No, type it in the private chat. Type it in the private chat, and I'll put it in the banner. I will announce. Type it in the private chat.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, give me 1 minute, you guys. I want to make sure I.
You guys, we got it.
We got the winner, you guys. We got a winner. You can stop spamming the chat. Okay, I haven't seen, but I've got to go back and make sure.
Some of these are probably lagged from before.
Okay. And I apologize, you guys, but this is what, if it's based on internet connection, this is what we see here.
Actually, the number came in after a while. I think most people that wanted to at least guess a number had a chance.
Oh, I totally picked this number on purpose. All right, you guys,
I
I'm
did just
typing
see
it in.
somebody guess that same number again, though.
Okay. All right, you guys, I'm posting it right now, okay? Not yet. Let me Okay. All right, you guys, the winner is
Highly Blessed was the first one above the line. I've seen 2 cents that guessed the same number. Now I just saw a third. But
Hey,
Highly Blessed was the
congratulations.
first one to hit 500.
All right. Okay,
So
so
there you go.
message me
Congrats.
on
You just got
Instagram.
yourself 2 shiny Vs,
Yeah.
a regular V, 2 regular Vs, a shiny baby shiny. You got 5 ultra rares and 10 hits plus an EV promo. That's an insane.
Oh, that I know
ETB.
that's a great ETB. So you guys, highly blessed. Message me on Instagram or Facebook. I prefer Facebook because I'm so slow at Instagram. But I sent out every giveaway that I make sure I'll package this for you. I'll send it out. Shipping is on me, and so let you guys know. But I just want to say some final words, especially to you. Let me get this going. Thank you so much, Squeak. Let me close this. I'm still new at this, so I gotta close this. Thank you so much, Squeak. I have an excellent, a fantastic time. I always have a great time, and I appreciate everyone. This is the most live I ever had. I mean, I went from starting to 9, 12, 40, and then I'm here to apparently went up to 105, and I really appreciate you guys. I hope Pokemon will bring joy and just happiness in the community just as much as it brought to me, and as you can tell. But we're going to end the stream now. So are you ready, Squeak, to head back to Earth?
Yeah, bring the ship down. Let's land it.
All right.
Bye,
There's the moon. Bye, moon. Bye,
moon.
Bye, moon. All right, you guys. Wait, we forgot to say bye to the ambassador.
Bye, Logan. We're going to leave you up there.
Thank you for making us really, really rich.
See you later.
Thank you, ambassador. I really enjoy the moon. All right, you guys. We're going to hop into the spaceship, and we're going to go back to planet Earth. And see you guys. Have a fantastic day. And what are you doing? Oh, you're driving now.
Ship.
You're okay. So you're driving now. Yeah, you're driving now. Driving now. Crash.